Good evening, viewers. This is my first live stream, and I thought, seeing as we're around the Halloween season, I thought I would do my scariest horror films that have personally scared me. But I thought I'd try and get someone in who knows quite a bit about horror as well. He's got a love for horror. So I wanted a special guest, and that special guest is Ian Hill, the Ramblings. Here he is.
Hello.
Hello, Ian.
Thank you for having me on. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Bit parky. It is a bit parky today, but yeah.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Very cold and windy today.
Yeah.
So have you been watching any horror films in the lead up to this live stream?
Well, actually, I'll confess, everyone on this list I've rewatched. Yeah, and
Excellent.
including one that was a trilogy that I decided to watch. Yes, which I thought was interesting.
Which we'll go into later on.
Yeah.
We won't divulge what we've been watching and what movies scared us. Right. So for the viewers, for my viewers who don't know Ian, Ian's a very productive man on YouTube. He's always throwing loads of shorts out there. His favourite war films at the moment. And he does a live stream on Wednesdays, which I take pleasure in taking part in the comments usually. And it's good fun. If you don't know Ian, I recommend you go over to his channel and watch some of his stuff. He loves Doctor Who, he loves Star Trek, he loves the X-Files. So if you like that sort of thing, head over to his channel and I'm sure you'll get some enjoyment out of it. But I'm going to ask him a few questions for people who don't know Ian, and you'll get to know him a little bit more through these few questions, and then we'll get on to the horror films that personally scared us. So, Ian, what was the main reason why you set up your YouTube channel?
The main reason is I have to say there's two things, really. I was looking for something to be creative with. My wife had died, and I had that sort of period when because I was very much involved in what she did when she was alive. And I've always fancied doing something creative. And then I suddenly started watching YouTube. And I thought, well, I could do this. I've been registered on YouTube for years because I used to watch a lot of music. And I thought, I'll have a go. And what is it that I kind of enjoy wanting to do, which is initially it was sort of Doctor Who, Star Trek, and that kind of thing. But then I thought, well, one of my great loves in life is film. I love film, all kinds of film. I'm not stuck in any particular genre. So I thought, well, that'd be good to do film as well. And then not, TV series is not just my sort of ones like, Doctor Who, things like the X-Files, which I absolutely adore. And it all sort of came from that, I think. Just wanting to do so. I've always wanted to do things creative, and this seemed a good opportunity. And I just put myself in front of camera, and that was it, really. And hopefully I've improved a bit since when I first started. So some people probably don't think so, but hopefully I've improved a bit.
There is a good film community on here, isn't there? Where
there is.
You can create friendships and things. So.
Excellent. Totally agree. Yeah. I think that I always say to people, you don't be false, just be yourself, and don't be frightened of what you say. And also don't be frightened to have opinions. If you've got opinions about things and they go against the grain, then there's nothing wrong in that. Nobody in this community is going to get upset if you disagree with them. They shouldn't do anyhow. Nobody should get upset with people having different opinions. And that's what makes it interesting. I like to know other people's opinions. We
all can't like the same thing, otherwise it'd be boring, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
So my second question, do you have any recollection of seeing a horror movie for the first time? Like when you were a young boy or whatever. How old were you? And did it have an impact on you? Did you have nightmares after watching the film? Or
I think the first, I think like a lot of people, the first recollections of horror films were a series that was shown. There was one in the 70s, I know, and one in the 80s. And it was a series called Appointment with Fear. It ran on Yorkshire Television in early 70s. And I know BBC, I think, did one in the 80s. And in this series, they showed Universal films and they showed Hammer films. We got a whole, could you imagine watching Universal and Hammer films? This was, for me, it just opened up a whole new world. As soon as I saw Carlos Frankenstein, I thought, oh, this is right up my street. And then I saw Lugosi doing Dracula, and I thought, God, he's creepy. But I like it. Never scared me. None of this ever scared me. My mom used to say, oh, he was scared. But no, I never scared. I just devoured it. I loved it. And all the Universal ones, you know, they kept having more and more follow-ups. And then you'd get into Abbott and Costello and all those things. Absolutely adored. And then I discovered Hammer. And I thought, wow, Hammer. They were just seeing The Curse of Frankenstein and with Peter Cushing. I thought, wow. And then, of course, you realized how good Peter Cushing was. And then Christopher Lee, even though Christopher Lee, I don't think really came into his own until more into the 60s. But you really got Hammer. It was wonderful, technical, bright, complete contrast to the black and white Universals. And Hammer, who could not love Hammer? It was just.
See, I'm a bit late to the Hammer because I think I was a 70s kid, so I didn't start really watching films until the 80s.
Right.
So I sort of missed the boat on the Hammer thing. So I am watching them, but I'm fine. I'm not. I haven't got the nostalgia like you have for these Hammer films.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I love Peter Cushing.
It was a big stepping stone into getting me into horror, because once you get into Hammer, then you start, if you're like me, you wanted to know more about horror and start to branch out. You know, it's just a natural progression, I think.
Did anything give you a nightmare then when you were young watching these Hammer films?
No, I sound like a psycho. It never frightened me, but I loved them. I just adored them. There's not a lot that really scares me, but hopefully with some of these films that we're going to go through will show you that there are things that do scare me. I'm not a complete psycho. Yeah. But Hammer, I never find Hammer scary, but I love them to death. Absolutely love Hammer.
So off the back of that, we're getting a bit serious now. Have you had any real life supernatural experiences or anything you couldn't explain? Or are you a skeptic or a believer?
No, I have to say I have had certainly supernatural experiences.
Oh, right.
One of the most vivid ones I ever had was when I was a child. I woke up suddenly and I saw this figure straight in front of me, clear as day, absolutely clear as day. And I looked at this figure and I knew it was a ghost straight away, but it was a man. But the only other thing that over the years I have thought of, and again, this really gets into sort of weird sort of territory, I sometimes think that person I saw was an older version of me.
Oh, wow.
And, because the beard, certain characteristics, but I can never be 100% sure. But it was as clear as daylight. I wasn't scared.
Wasn't Santa Claus, was it?
Yes. Well, there you are. My mum and dad weren't very good with Santa Claus impressions as they were creeping around. They used to think I was awake, you know, when they were bringing the stockings into the bedroom and creeping in, because we had stockings before we went downstairs to presents, so they gave us a taster, and I knew it was them. But No, that as a supernatural experience that always stayed with me. I just suddenly waking up and there it was, very clear of a person. But as again, over years I've thought about it, and the person possibly did look like a younger version of me when I had hair and a beard. I don't know.
That's pretty creepy, that.
But
because you wouldn't have recognised yourself at this age, would you? So
no,
yeah, it'd have been just a strange man, like if you were quite young.
You see, when I was, again, I don't like. I'll talk about it because it's the foolishness, or is it foolishness? When I was about 20 at university, I started reading a lot of occult books and things, and then got into what they call astral travel. And astral travel, I thought, oh, this sounds fascinating, out of body experiences. And there were techniques of how to try and get out of your body. And you did a lot of sort of meditation. You had to, when you were asleep, you had to get this sort of feeling. And it was all linked with the cord, having to get out of your body and your attachment to the cord, which was like a universal thing. Well, I did a few practices and I managed to get out of my body about 3 times. Seriously, I got out of my body 3 times, but the last one scared me to hell. I never did it again. I came out of my body and there I stood up, and then there was this other person there, another person, and I wasn't sure who it was, and it scared the hell out of me, and I went back in then. And that was it. I thought, oh, I'm not doing that again. But I was.
See, I've learned something about you tonight already.
Oh yeah. Well, wow. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by. I mean, I've read loads up on all these things about, people's after-death experiences, people on operating theatre who die on the theatre go and then come back. And I've read a lot of the philosophy sort of behind it. And it's still. It could be argued that when you actually die, your brain activity just totally goes down, and that's almost like your brain is compensating and trying to make you die feeling okay, if you see what I mean. You could argue that. There's all sorts of arguments in which I've read on both sides, but that was just what happened from my personal experience. And also with dreams as well. I've had some very vivid dreams. And I dreamt, for instance, about my grandma, who I've never met in my life. I've only seen photographs of her. And I dreamt very strongly about her. And I had such a dream. I woke up about this dream about her. And she was all smiling and happy. And it was great meeting her. And she was waiting for somebody. And then the day after, I had a phone call from my dad, and my dad said, "Oh, I'm sorry, and your granddad's died." And I immediately thought, wow, that is connected. My granddad, he lived at home in Leeds for all these years. After she died, he lived with us. And I thought, well, it's just a coincidence. It could be a coincidence. Let's face it, it could be coincidence. But I never forget that. It was a dream. They say dreams are also important with messages. If you look through history of civilizations, dreams have always been considered important. Whether you even go into the Bible, but you go beyond that, you go into Greek and Romans, and all these people talk about dreams.
I've had dreams where they've come true a few days later. Which
wow,
is
that's yes.
So yeah, there's something about dreams. It's untapped as well. No one knows what's going on.
That's right.
Subconscious. So we're going to be talking about horror films. What is your favorite horror genre? So you got like your slasher, your supernatural.
And you see, this is a killer question for me.
Literally,
it's hard to pick one. The one that I don't know as much because there isn't as many of these films, is folk horror. I can only name a few folk horror films that I've seen in my time. The predominantly ones are supernatural and slasher. And I like both. I really do enjoy both. But if I had to pick one, if you force me, then I'll have to pick supernatural.
Yeah. Supernatural for me.
Yeah, but I do.
Those are the films. Those are the films that scare me. Supernatural.
Yeah.
You know, like your gore films and stuff. They don't scare me really. But yeah. Right. I think. Well, we've been talking for 16 minutes. I'll just go into the comments and go through some comments quickly.
Okay.
Right, Tony, how are you? Good evening.
Good evening, Tony.
Cy and Tony are in. The stalwarts of your Wednesday live stream.
Hi, Cy.
Got Jack. Hi, Jack. How are you doing?
I am.
So I'd like, as we're going through our favourite, our films that scared us, I'd like the people who are watching to, you know, tell us what scared them, because obviously everyone's different. One film might scare me, but might not scare Cy or Tony. So, Cy's just said, I went to a Halloween all-nighter last night. Babadook, Ju-On, The Grudge 2, Fright Night, American Werewolf in London. Blimey.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you stayed awake through all that. That's like 9 hours of film there, look. 10 till 7. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Tony said, did you manage to stay awake?
Yeah.
It took a few double espressos to stay awake. When I got home, I was asleep before my head hit the pillow. Not surprised. What time did you wake up? I bet like 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something. The only 2 films that gave me nightmares were Jaws and the Nazi pigs in American Werewolf in London. I saw at a very impressionable age. And Jack says body horror goes hard. Right. So, our first film that we're going to discuss, and this was in my top 10 of scariest films, and it was also in Ian's, so we're sort of combining this one. And I will just change the screen. And the first film we're going to talk about is The Exorcist. So, I mean, I'll just go through my experiences with The Exorcist. And I think I might have told you this before, but I saw The Exorcist when I was probably about 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. My parents, they took us to their friend's house, and The Exorcist was banned at the time. You couldn't see it legitimately. So my parents' friends, they had a hooky, dodgy VHS copy, and my mum and dad decided to choose The Exorcist to put on. And there's me, I'm about 8, my sister's 6, and we started watching this, and we probably spent, it's about a 2-hour running time, isn't it, The Exorcist? We probably spent about 1 hour 50 with a cushion over our heads. Over our faces. It was absolutely terrifying, especially for a 6 and 8 year old. And then it probably made it worse having the cushion over our faces, because then you could hear all the noises that were going on. And The Exorcist is a proper assault on all senses, especially your hearing. There's a lot of demonic, noise going on.
Yeah.
So we were imagining probably far worse than that was on screen, but it's still a scary film anyway. Even scares me now at 50, 52. But yeah, when I was 8, we went home and we had a trapdoor on the landing to the loft. And like one of the opening scenes in The Exorcist is Chris McNeil going up with the candle, and it gets blown out, doesn't it, in the loft? And we went home, and the trapdoor was just above us. We had to pass the trapdoor, so we skirted around it with us backs to the wall to get to the bedroom. And we had nightmares for about 3 or 4 nights after seeing that. It was just a terrifying experience, and it still scares me today. I still get shivers up my spine every time I watch The Exorcist, there's some terrifying sequences, which I'm sure we'll both start talking about. Over to you, Ian.
Yeah, I totally agree. The nature of The Exorcist is interesting because what I like about it is that it builds up. You know, it gives you as a viewer there's the feeling of the creepiness is there, but as it's going on, that kind of builds up the anticipation. There's almost there's like this anticipation that certain things are going to happen, and of course, when it all does, it's just absolutely terrifying. The bits in the room where she is totally possessed and it's freezing. Yeah, that's another great effect. It's absolutely freezing in that room. And
well, they filmed it in a fridge, didn't they? A big refrigerator to get the effect. So
in that really such a great effect. And I can imagine at the time when people saw this, as well as the language, because the language, you don't hear that language in a lot of films at the time. You know, even though America was coming in with a lot more swear words and what have you, this was really, wow, it really hit, I think, the language involved in this work. And
especially that scene with the crucifix.
That's right. I mean, it caused an absolute uproar at the time. As you can imagine, the Catholic Church were not very pleased with this film. It was one on their lists of films that were banned, that shouldn't be shown. Good Catholics should not go and see it. And the newspapers kind of latched onto it. I remember the Yorkshire Evening Post having reporters outside the cinema and people going in and saying, oh, people are coming out. And they tried to really blow it up that people were, being frightened, scared, and couldn't stand it. And then they were saying, about the supernatural aspects and that it could affect people. People could take all this stuff home. They really went overboard, as they often do. But particularly at that time, they'd not seen anything like this.
Well, people were fainting in the cinemas, weren't they?
They were scared stiff.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it at the time. People didn't know a great deal about other films in the sense of world cinema and the kind of scary things that have been going on over the world. And they only had what we saw in Hollywood and what we had in this country. And I mean, Rosemary's Baby is a great example of a Hollywood film doing the same in a contemporary setting. Because here it is, we're in a contemporary setting, which is something that with horror, we often saw more of a gothic kind of horror. To see this in a contemporary setting really made it frightening, as had Rosemary's Baby done.
What is the scene that sent chills down your spine? I'll tell you my scene. It's the crucifix scene, but there's the other scene that I find particularly creepy is when Pazuzu flashes up on the screen for a millisecond. It sends shivers up my spine every time. And it pops up here, there, and everywhere. But there's one scene near the end where it pops up over Father Karras's face.
Yeah, I was looking out for that. Yeah, because
it just sends shivers up my spine every time.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the extended cut, the director's cut?
Yes, I think the one with the on the stairs, the way she is. I think that is absolutely brilliant and should have been. I don't know why they cut it out. It's a shame they cut it out originally because that is scary. That is creepy. Seeing her like that,
really scary is that.
And it kind of to me, I don't know why they cut it out. I don't understand it. Because I mean, it's part of the film in ways. We're seeing how much this possession has taken over. It's an important part of the film. It's a shame.
I mean, visually, it's a very striking film, isn't it? And scary film. But I think the sound design paired with the visuals, the sound design is incredible. You've got all sorts of stuff going on. During the exorcism and all that, and oh god, it is such a scary film. In the 90s, people, I think it got a release in the cinema again, and in the 90s, people going and coming out laughing. They were laughing at it, and I'm like, this is probably the scariest film of all time, and people are coming out laughing. I just couldn't understand why people thought it was funny. Yeah.
I don't know. I should have looked into this a bit more, but were some of the scenes right at the end between the two, the priest and the policeman, were they in every cut? Because it's a nice touch to the end, that, because about them talking about the films.
Yeah, because doesn't he invite him to go see a film at the end?
That's right.
I think it is in both cuts. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's it's one of those things that's just really a nice touch in the end. That with the priest, and I think it's really good. Yeah.
Right, we need to keep moving because
we've got next one
films to talk about. I'll just go through a few more comments. Delboy says, "Sorry, I can't watch totally, but I'm caring for my mum. Question: what would you say has been the best actor playing a character in a horror film? Have a great night, guys. Best character in a horror. Best actor playing a character in a horror film. Wow. Best actor. I mean, one springs to mind is Robert De Niro as Lucifer in Angel Heart. He's not in it long, but he plays plays a really good role as
I totally agree.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good question. What I'm going to go for is perhaps not. It's because I do like him as an actor. It's Richard Attenborough in 10 Rillington Place.
Oh yeah.
That is a tour de force performance. That should have won massive awards. He is just so spot on. He is brilliant and scary. He is scary as hell. We're talking about scary. 10 Rillington Place. What a film that is. And I haven't actually put that in this list, but 10 Rillington Place will easily go down as creepy and scary. And Richard Attenborough, I read, I think it's on one of the extras when he talked about his acting and having to take on that role. How he really took it home with him. Imagine having to take Christie home with him. It was an amazing piece of acting.
I need to rewatch that. I have got the Blu-ray of that. I says the documentary shooting style of The Exorcist gives it a real life feeling to the experience. Certainly does. Acres of Movies, welcome. Would Denzel as a priest in the new Exorcist be good? Absolutely. He's a fantastic actor. I tell you what he's good in. I tell you, there's a film called Fallen, and he's brilliant in that. And that's like a supernatural horror film with John Goodman.
Yes.
In that.
I've seen that years ago, but I can't remember it great. But that is one. That's one, in fact, definitely needs checking out. He's really good in that. Yeah. Definitely.
Del says, what composer has scored the best horror score? And Jerry Goldsmith.
We know it's going to be.
He had to get that one in there. I think Jerry Goldsmith. I love Alien. I love Alien soundtrack. It's really atmospheric and really adds to the visuals. It's brilliant. Yeah.
Did he do The Omen?
He did.
I think. I have to admit that score is brilliant. But we're going to discuss that next.
We'll keep Delboy happy, and we'll both say Jerry Goldsmith. Acres of Movies says, thanks for the fun program. No worries. Thanks for joining us. Have fun, Saito and Ian Muckman and all. The moment where Father Damien sees his mother on Reagan's bed is haunting.
Yes. Yeah.
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 I think it's Father Karras, actually, not Damien. Yeah. He's getting The Omen and The Exorcist mixed up. Yeah. Jack says, remember at around 10 to 12 years old, seeing the face that pops up for a frame long before seeing The Exorcist. Messed me up, but today I love it to bits for how uncanny and eerie it is. Absolutely. That's why it's one of my scariest moments in The Exorcist. Because you just don't expect it.
No, that's true.
Did you know that Jason Miller is the father of Jason Patrick?
Oh.
Is it?
Oh. Wow.
All right. I didn't know that.
No.
Wow. Sai again says, another interesting fact about The Exorcist. Did you know that the hospital orderly that takes blood from Regan's neck is an actual serial killer?
Oh. I didn't know that at all.
Actually, no, I think it wasn't. It was. I don't think it was at the time, but I think he ended up killing some people after the film. I think it's in one of the documentaries. Yeah.
Yeah, there is documentaries about things that went wrong and connected with this film as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Griffin Dunn gives a great performance in American Werewolf in London, in my opinion. Absolutely. He's the scariest thing in American Werewolf in London for me. When I first saw that as a kid, it was Griffin Dunn gradually decaying throughout the film.
Scared Loved it.
Jesus out of me. Tony says, best actor, most iconic, arguably, in a horror, Christopher Lee as Dracula.
What can you say? Yeah.
Oh, Bela Lugosi as Dracula is fantastic.
He's creepy as Lugosi.
I think Bela Lugosi has got the stare into the screen down to a T. There's not many actors who can just stare at you. That gaze is incredible. He does it in most of his films, to be fair.
Yeah.
I watched a film called White Zombie with Bela Lugosi, and he stares at you right into the screen, and it's just his eyes are lit up, and everywhere else is dark. It just goes straight into your soul. Jack says Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse is incredible. He is, but Pattinson's good as well. Robert Pattinson, he's fantastic in it. Right, so the next film, we're 33 minutes in and we've only done one film.
I knew this would happen.
So
once we get going,
is my choice, and that is The Haunting.
Yes.
Hold on, let me just change the banner. There we go. Yeah, The Haunting. I watched it this week just to refamiliarize myself with it. And although it doesn't scare me too much now, when I first saw this, it absolutely creeped the hell out of me because you don't really see much on screen. It's mainly you're following these 4 characters around the house. And there's Julie Harris, who plays Eleanor. She's got mental issues. She's a bit schizophrenic, but she seems to pick up on the disturbances going on in the house. And you barely see anything. It's the sound design. And the sound design still gave me shivers last week. There were a couple of moments with the sound design, and like the house was rumbling and what have you, and the door knob was rattling and things like that. But it's the sound design just scared the bejesus out of me. And the first time I watched it, I didn't sleep that night. Honestly, I mean, we're talking about 20 odd, maybe 25 years ago when I first saw this, but it really creeped me out with just the sounds. They didn't like Robert Wise directs the hell out of it as well. There's all these great camera angles in dark, dingy corners and stuff like that. It's just a brilliant film. Have you seen it, Ian?
Yes, a long time ago. The thing I remember about it is that it was a very effective film without really having a lot of special effects really in it. As you say, the sound is very much part of that. And it proved that you could create atmosphere without doing all these other things, and that is what, as I remember, that's my impression. Really, I should see it again. I haven't seen it recently, but yeah.
I mean, it cleverly makes the house feel alive. Robert Wise, he makes it feel alive. Just the
he's
sounds.
a great director. He is.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So that's my choice. We're going to rattle through these a bit because we are going to end up getting behind otherwise.
Yeah.
Then the next one is a combined one that we're going to do before, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What are your thoughts and memories about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
The thing that reminds me is all the I first saw it when it was in a series of banned films. They'd run a special thing where, because I think it could well have been a film that initially would only get a London certificate or something like that. That's what they used to have in theirs, with censorship. The thing is, now when I watch it, I think the title is quite deceptive because people, I think, immediately think there's going to be an absolute bloodbath gore fest. And it's not like that at all. But yeah, it's a great film. Again, it's a good example of a film that is very scary, seeing him with that chainsaw, but you kind of use your imagination about it. Your mind is the one, and it works beautifully. It's a very 70s film, and I like that. I like 70s films. It feels very 70s. It hasn't got that shine that some of the 80s films had. And I like the more murky, dirtier kind of
look, it's pretty and it's like it's got a washed out quality as well, hasn't it?
It's a great film. I can see why you can see why people praised it so much. But at the time when people were getting upset with, we ended up with video nasties and all that, just that title would immediately people, it must be a video nasty. Let's put it on the list.
Yeah,
but now,
like you say, most of the horror is kept off screen, isn't it?
Yeah,
and well, it's the sound again that sort of heightens the terror. You can hear the chainsaw and you can hear the screaming.
Yeah.
But then the end for me, well, from the dining room scene where she's held captive. Family around the dining table.
That's right. Oh, that's creepy.
From there to the end, I think is one of the most terrifying moments in cinematic history.
It is. Yeah.
Because Marilyn Burns can't half scream, and when she screams, I'm getting shivers thinking about her running through all that the bracken and the thorns and everything, and getting scratched, running away from Leatherface. And she's screaming for her life. And it just sends shivers up my spine every time I see that.
Oh, yeah. I get that. Yeah.
It's not actually the horror, like the gore stuff, which is mostly kept off screen. That's not the scary bit. I don't think. It's just her running for her life, screaming.
Yeah.
And it's quite remarkable that was banned, considering it.
Yes,
a lot of the gore is kept off screen.
Yeah, but a lot of films were banned.
It shows how impactful that film was.
Yeah. I mean, imagine Halloween was banned in those video nasty things as well. And Halloween, what's in Halloween? There's no gore or anything in Halloween at all.
Not a lot. No,
not really. Is there? Suggested. It's suggested, but you don't really
one of the kills is a knife and the stuck on the back of the door. I can't remember now. I haven't seen it for a few years. Yeah. So we'll fly through these a bit. Delboy says, "Really have to go, guys, but we'll watch in a rerun. Best special effect in a horror film, and an easy one. Best makeup in a horror film. Night all." Tony, no more DVDs to Ian. You get
cheeky monkey.
I mean, for best makeup for me is Alien, because like the prosthetics and everything, they still hold up today.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 1979. So how many years ago is that? 21. like 46 years ago, and
Yeah.
it still looks real. You know, it doesn't look like a man in a suit.
Yeah.
I just think that's incredible, you know, prosthetics. And
I'll tell you what I think is brilliant, but they're not my favorite films, but I have to admit it, is the Hellraiser, Pinhead films.
yeah,
I mean, that is amazing makeup on that. I mean, right,
I
definitely.
mean, it's not just Pinhead; it's his other mates, isn't it?
Oh, all those other mates, yeah.
His other mates are more stuff of nightmares than he is.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
He just looks like he's had a sewing accident. Tony says there's always one who lowers the tone, but thanks for the
yes, Tony.
Best special effects in a horror has to be
yeah.
the thing. Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean the chest burst, the chest resuscitation scene.
Yeah. What can you say?
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I've got to agree with that side.
Yeah.
We've done that one. I compare Parasite to Texas Chainsaw. You can feel how dirty the surroundings really are. Have you seen Parasite, Ian?
Oh, yeah. I love Parasite. Yeah. I mean, it's what a film. Absolutely. I've got it. I bought it. I loved it. Yeah.
Right. So next up is one of your choices, Ian, which I could have easily put in my top 10 again. I'll have a little say on it as well.
Yeah.
And that is The Omen.
Of course, yeah.
It's a classic.
You talk about it, yeah.
Well, I mean, this is another film with atmosphere. I mean, it's incredible. And the boy who plays, what's he called? Stephen. Is it Stephen Harvey? I think I've got it on the banner now.
Yes, yeah.
Harvey Stevens, that's it.
Yeah,
he's absolutely terrifying. His eyes and his gaze. Oh, he's looking right into your soul. But the scariest bit for me in The Omen, which used to send shivers up my spine, is when David Warner gets decapitated.
Oh, yeah.
That scene absolutely scared the bejesus out of me when I first saw it. I had nightmares about it. Yeah. So over to you. This is your film.
Well, I think one of the scariest scenes actually is with one of my favorite actors and the second Doctor himself, Patrick Troughton, when he's getting pursued. Yeah, and you get the pole that comes down. And of course, that's a big thing in the film, connected with David Warner's character as a photographer.
Because he gets premonitions on this photography, doesn't he?
That's right. And he sees it all, what's been happening with these people. It's fantastic.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think The Omen works on so many levels. And dare I say it, I know Del Boy's not here, but the Jerry Goldsmith soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. It is probably my favorite. I know I'm not into soundtracks that much, but in The Omen, it really stands out. It's fantastic, and it fits so well into the sense of the whole film. The creepiness of film begins right when he's having his party, and the nanny gets up onto the roof, puts hangs herself, hangs herself, and she's swinging and she's saying, "I'm doing it all for you." And then there's the dog. We see the dog as well there in the background. We know evil is afoot, and it's really scary. It's really scary. And his face, what I like about it, the camera always looks at Damien's face, and it's there. It's almost like he's already beginning to recognize what he is, even at this young age. Even at such a young age, he's already recognizes something about himself, and like everybody else. And that is so unsettling, that scene, that it fits in this whole thing. Because then, of course, Billy Whitelaw's character. Oh, wow. She's so good. She's a great actress. Absolutely love her in it. And with this dog again, the dog. Oh,
How does she die in it? I can't remember now. How does she rise, doesn't she? But I can't remember how.
I've forgotten.
I'm sure Tony can tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
Again, I've not watched The Omen in quite a while, so it's that scene at the end where he just turns around and looks at the camera as well. It's just spine tingling.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's everything about it as it builds up and goes along is unsettling. Everything. And I think Gregory Peck is absolutely fantastic. What's good about Gregory Peck is he's a really good person, a really good character, and he doesn't want to believe that evil is there. He's almost fighting the realization that something isn't right. And it was his decision what has brought about all this. And then the chilling scene very near the end when we find out who Damien's mother is, and all that is just the whole film is so good. It keeps you going. It's so unsettling. Everything that happens,
it's expanded brilliantly in the first Omen as well, which I thought was fantastic. So yeah. I didn't have much hope for that prequel, but it just expands the whole universe. It's brilliant, yeah. Right, let's see what people are saying in the comments. Charlie88, hello Charlie. Just watched Jaws in the theatre.
Oh,
50-year anniversary. It looks amazing. That jump scare with the drowned body still got me.
Yeah.
You know what? You know it's coming, and it's still that head scene. Oh god, yeah. Sai says Billy Whitelaw was the scariest thing for me. Yeah, she is well creepy.
Yeah.
Love The Omen. Big fan of Gregory Peck too. Billy Whitelaw and the dog make scary.
That dog. Yeah.
The Doberman.
Yeah.
Sai says, doesn't Gregory Peck kill the nanny in The Omen? I can't remember how he kills her though. I'm gonna have to rewatch that now, aren't I?
Is it that they're fighting? They fight. I think they have a fight.
Tony says it does sigh with a shard of glass. I just had to check, even though it's not too long ago since I rewatched it.
Yeah.
We watch so many films, we forget.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. It is. We forget, especially my brain, my memory. It's hopeless.
So we're gonna go from one Jerry Goldsmith scored film to another, and that is Alien, and that is my choice.
Yeah.
Reason why I've chosen Alien, because it doesn't really scare me these days, but it scared the hell out of me when I was young. My mum introduced me to Alien when I was, again, about 8 or 9. My mum was terrible. And she'd send me and my sister to bed, but then she'd whisper to me, Alien is on at 11 o'clock. I'll come up and wake you up and we'll watch it together. So I'd get woken up and come downstairs and watch Alien, and it's absolutely terrifying for a 8 or 9 year old. But I couldn't take my eyes off of it. It's a brilliantly produced and directed film. It's timeless. It still looks fantastic even today. Nothing has aged in it at all. I just think it's a perfect sci-fi horror film. But yeah, the chest bursting scene that scared everyone when they first watched that. Even scared the cast because all the cast didn't even know it was going to happen. Yeah, the chest bursting scene, and then the scene that scares me the most is when they're about to evacuate the ship and they're all getting the gear together, and I think Ripley's in the command center or something, and then she overhears what's going on down the corridor, and it's the noise of Veronica Cartwright like hyperventilating and like that. I think that sends shivers up my spine. That sound every time. every time, even now, it sends a shiver up my spine. I love that scene. It's incredible. But yeah, it's just a brilliantly scary film. And it takes its time to develop the characters so that you do care about them as well. You really do care when they die. What do you think, Ian?
To me, it was like Blade Runner in that it was an event film. I went to cinema to see it when it came out, when it was released.
Wow.
And I just saw this film. I had no idea what was going to happen, as you don't, and because I was just totally, I loved it. It's like, oh, looks great. It's science fiction. I didn't realize maybe that the horror element, but that soon became apparent. And I have to admit, the when John Hurt's chest breaks out, that made everybody jump. If you don't know it's coming, crikey, that was just wow! It was a brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You had no idea that was coming.
I know you're not a big fan of the reaction videos, but there's a younger generation still discovering Alien. And it's quite fun. It's quite fun watching their reaction for the chest bursting scene.
Oh yeah.
I often watch these reactions just to see how they react to the chest bursting scene. Yeah. I mean, the scene where they're trying to find the chest burster and Harry Dean Stanton is in that room with droplets of water coming down. The tension in that is palpable, isn't it? You just know it's going to come down somewhere and get him. Yeah. And it's just filmed brilliantly. That's one of my favourite scenes as well, because you can hear all the rain dropping on his baseball cap, and it just adds to the tension and the suspense. It's such a great scene. That
I think Alien is a film that is much bigger than we realize, I think. And over the years, we realized it. There's got all these wonderful scenes in Alien. It's a scary film. And it's a film as well that in sci-fi, it was good to see. They were like ordinary people. They were just wanting the jobs. They were on this and they wanted their money. There wasn't the same kind of, like often we had with space people, they have this certain look all in their special jumpsuits and what have you. They were just ordinary people like me and you, just working people, just doing a job. And there they were on space. And it was absolutely big. And of course, the android business, of course. I mean, what can you say about that?
That's a great, shocking scene, that. If you've never seen Alien and you see that scene, you're going, whoa, no, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that has never been recreated in the same shock and the same way as, because we kind of in the follow-ups, as good as I enjoy a lot of these films, the Alien films, but nothing quite beats the shock of the original Alien. I can see why people do love Aliens a lot, but for me, it's always Alien that is the one. It's just something special. It's great. For the time, it was just way ahead.
Aliens is my favorite film of all time.
Oh, wow. Really? Amazing.
I love that film.
I know a lot of people. I think I love this because it was the first one I saw, and it just made such an impact on me. As much as I do love Aliens, but Aliens is more of an action film to me. Yeah. This is more horror, sci-fi elements put together, which is my favorite things put together. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just moving that StreamYard logo to the other side.
Yeah.
It was over. Let's go to the comments, see if anyone's got anything to say about Alien. Where were we? There we were. Who knew that a sci-fi film noir would be one of the best films ever? Yeah, agreed. Mm-hmm. Acres of Movies says, do you like Funhouse? I've never seen it.
I haven't. I'm sorry, I haven't.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
We've got no comments on Funhouse.
I've heard of it. I have heard of Funhouse, but I've not seen it. I'm sorry.
Acres of movies scenario. Sigourney Weaver says no. Do you cast Jessica Lange or Susan Sarandon instead?
Oh,
Out of them two, I'd go Susan Sarandon, I think, because she's got a very similar look.
Yes, I agree with you. I would.
I think Jessica Lange's a bit more sort of slight and slimmer build. So
Susan Sarandon. Yeah.
Si says I'd cast Deborah Winger.
Oh.
No, I like Susan Sarandon. Me actually, that's a good shout. That cool, good choice. Right, next. So we'll try and get through all these. We'll see how far we can get, actually. So up next is Ian's choice, which is Dario Argento's Suspiria.
What can I say? This is scary. It's one of, in my opinion, not everybody's, but it's Argento's masterpiece. And I don't often use the word masterpiece, and it is scary as hell. And the cinematography, what can you say about the way it looks, the colors, the beauty of this film? Everything. And isn't it creepy as hell? Right from the beginning of the film, it's raining and you see all the colors, and she's in the rain and she's coming to the car, and she sees somebody running at the side, doesn't she? There's this figure running at the side, and you're wondering why is that person running? And it's all very unsettling right from the beginning. And when you meet that person, she's always, I thought, hey, she looks a bit dodgy. Does this woman, this sort of very stern looking woman who is greeting him, she looks something out of I don't know, some very dodgy looking. She looks like she's very strict. She looks like she would be quite nasty, and that's the impression I get. But
the opening kill is spectacular, isn't it? Where one of the dancers goes through these stained glass windows.
Yes.
Oh wow! And all that bright blood. Like,
I know this is a fantastic film, isn't it? The way he uses color, is amazing. All of Suspiria is like that, and it is scary. That noise of that woman she's like snoring, or is she? She's making a lot of noise behind the screen, and she's the big, awful, evil. And that is scary. When we see just the shadow, all we see is the shadow. And wow. The whole film, I've always, the first time I saw it, I thought, this is something special, and it jumped up straight away. I mean, I love a lot of films, but this one just,
it's got a foreboding atmosphere all the way through it, hasn't it? And paired up with Goblin's score, film score.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
It's another one of those brilliant, iconic film scores that's instantly like, you recognize it straight away when you hear it. It's brilliant.
I mean, it's great.
The scariest bit in Suspiria for me is when they're in the courtyard, and I can't remember the character, but he's being followed by a dog, and he gets attacked by
the dog. Yes.
I mean, that scared the hell out of me.
That courtyard, the way the camera,
it's looking down
back, and you see all the courtyard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the genius of Argento. He's absolutely brilliant. What can I say? If nobody's seen Suspiria, please watch Suspiria. It's just so good. Really,
it's fantastic. Visually, it's one of the most stunning. Not only horror films, but any film. Visual feast for the eyes. I mean, it uses all sorts of filters and like lighting rigs and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Acres of Movies says, "Do you like Eve of Destruction?" I've never seen it. Sorry, you're coming out with films tonight that I've never even seen. The main character from that is in Suspiria 2010 movie. Rene Suji. Oh, he's testing me now. I know you have it.
Yeah.
You have issues pronouncing names. Look at this one. Rene.
Yeah, I'm hopeless at pronounce it. Suji.
I don't know. No, I've not seen it. Sorry, Akers. Suspiria is getting a screening on Halloween night at the Tyneside Cinema. It sold out in minutes. I missed out. Oh no, Simon, I bet you got it. You love going to see all these old films at the cinema, don't they? I move over slightly and my dog takes my space on the lounge. What dog have you got here? Cool. The Tyneside one is the one that Sammy G goes to a lot, I think.
Yeah.
This may be unpopular, but I rate Suspiria as Argento's third best, behind Deep Red and Tenebrae.
Oh, but they're both excellent films. Deep Red and Tenebrae, excellent. I love them as well. Absolutely.
I prefer Deep Red over Tenebrae. I did rewatch Tenebrae last year, and for me, it doesn't hold up as well as Deep Red or Suspiria, but it's still great. Still great.
Yeah, it's great films. Yeah.
Akers says, I enjoy his cheerful, upbeat movie opinions and reviews. Regarding Suspiria, it is a classic. Do you like Phenomena? I've only seen Phenomena once, and I thought it were a bit bonkers.
I loved it.
I've not got the nostalgia for it either, because I recently bought. There was a special Umbrella release.
There was, I think I saw that. Yeah, I've rewatched again.
Yeah, it's got Donald Pleasance is good.
That's it. Anything with Donald Pleasance, and no matter how bad he is, I still like him. Donald Pleasance. He's just one of those actors, and in Phenomena, fantastic. Yeah.
Also, Cy goes to the cinema with Sammy G from time to time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Seen Argento's earlier giallos, but I've not. What? Tony, man.
Tony, you should see it.
The remake's good as well, but I thought it.
Yeah, the remake is okay. It's not as good, obviously, but it's okay. It's okay.
Got Tilda Swinton in it. I love Tilda Swinton.
So yeah.
But it goes a bit silly at the end, I thought. I loved the first 2/3, and then
I enjoyed it, but it could never match that. No.
Charlie says, while Suspiria is brilliant, my favourite Argento film is Inferno. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Inferno as well.
I love the scene with the girl in the auditorium.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to have to rewatch these again.
Yeah.
I can't remember much about Inferno.
I haven't seen the third one in the trilogy. Is it Mother of All Tears? Which I think it did much later, about.
That was in the 80s.
2000. I did make some notes on that one somewhere, but it did, because he was a trilogy of films that he was putting together, and that was the last one. But it was much later he did it, and I think it's got a DVD release. I wasn't sure whether it actually had a Blu-ray, but anyhow.
Akers says, would you rather see a Poltergeist theme park show or one for Suspiria? You know what? I'll probably go Poltergeist, because there's lots of things that you could have in there in the theme park, couldn't you? You could have different themes. You could have like zombies tearing the face off, and you've got the tree. The trees could be coming at you. You've got all the supernatural, ghostly apparitions and things. I think Suspiria could scare you to death, actually.
Yeah.
Too atmospheric.
On the other hand, I think you have got a good point. I think you're right. For an actual theme park, you probably could Poltergeist use it a lot more. I agree.
Yeah, you could have grapes. You could have coming out of the ground. Things like that.
You're probably right on that.
I think for the variety, I think Poltergeist would be better.
Yeah,
that's a good question. That
it is. It's unusual.
I've never even thought of asking that question.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Ian, you need to repay Tony York and send him a copy of Suspiria. Yeah, you do.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
Shush, sigh, you'll wind Dell up. Akers says, yes, and the chairs jollying up in shapes, etc. Jollying up in shapes? Oh, I get you. Yeah. Sort of going up in a pyramid. That's at the beginning. I would love a Poltergeist theme park. Unfortunately, Poltergeist doesn't feature tonight.
No.
Right.
A lot don't feature.
Next up is my choice, and that is Salem's Lot. And again, doesn't really scare me much these days, but when I first saw it as a teenager, the scene where the boy is tapping on the window and asking his brother to let him in. Oh God, that gave me nightmares for days. That scene in particular. I know it didn't scare you, did it? That scene. We had a discussion on this.
It
scared the hell out of me. That.
Yeah. Really, oh yeah. A lot of people said that. Yeah.
It's a bit long. I think Salem's Lot's a bit too long. I think it's about 3 hours long, isn't it? But
yeah.
You've got a good cast with
James Mason.
James Mason, one of your favourites. And David, sorry, I was trying to think of David Soul. And David Soul, he's fantastic. And you've got loads of character actors that you recognise the faces, but you won't remember the names. But yeah, I love that film. And it's got one of the most iconic vampires in Barlow. I mean, that image is so iconic. Like, blue with yellow eyes and then like pointed teeth, front teeth.
Yeah.
Not the canines, front teeth. I mean, that is it's a scary image, that. I mean, the ending scared me as well. When they're going into the house to try and rescue. Are they trying to rescue Bonnie Bedelia, aren't they? I think.
Yeah.
She gets captured and they go in to try and rescue her. And Barlow's in there. It's a scary vampire, is that? Yeah.
I agree. Totally.
We'll gloss over that one quickly. So next, let's remove that. Because we have got a lot of films to get through.
Yeah, so carry on. Yeah, it's all right. No problem.
Be quick on some of these.
Oh, crikey.
This is Ian's choice, Eden Lake.
Yeah. I've chosen it.
Before you start, I'll just give you my take on this.
Yeah, yep.
Because I haven't got much. I've only seen it once, and I'll never, ever watch it again. Because it's so realistic, and I find it vile. I think it's one of the vilest, horrible films I've ever seen in my life, because it almost rewards the badness in a human trait. Like, there's going to be spoilers all the way through this, but through this video, this live stream. So if you haven't seen Eden Lake, tough, because I'm going to give you a spoiler that the bad guys get away with it at the end, and I just find it vile. It's just a horrible, horrible film. But it's an effective film, isn't it? So that's what it's aiming to do. It's aiming to repulse you, basically. But yeah, go on, Ian.
I would say what makes Eden Lake so frightening, because it's scary, is that I could believe that this could happen or has happened. It could even have happened. It is that kind of scary. And it's a film, it's a very bleak ending. And just you think if you've got there, everything will be okay in the end. It isn't. And again, and that reflects life. So, though I'm all favor of looking at life in terms of, what life and films, films can be like life and reflect that. And that often makes good cinema. Unfortunately, not everything is all happy and great endings, and that happens in life. So for that, I really applaud this film in that sense. But it's not an easy watch. It's like I've not watched it for this. Often, most of these I've tried to rewatch again. Eden Lake, I didn't feel I needed to watch it, but I will watch it maybe again in the future. I know it's one of those films that you could think, oh, I'll never watch it again. But I may just. But it is a depressing film. I have to admit it is very depressing. but it's so well filmed. And that sense of will she or won't she get out, escape? It's amazing. But you know, seeing feral children, because that's what they are really, again is a reality, I would say. I think it's
thing is they end up back at one of the children's homes, and you think the parents are gonna remember them all, and it like, oh my god,
you can see and they all band together
come from.
It's the history though that does happen in horror films, you know, that the outsiders coming into a community and the community defending itself, what it sees as intrusion from the outsiders. I mean, look at The Wicker Man. The Wicker Man is about people coming in who are outsider in the form of the policeman and them joining together. And this is the same. The locals are joined together in a way, protecting their families. And no matter rights or wrongs, that's a thing that does happen. It does happen. Yeah. It's a reality, you know. And it does make uncomfortable viewing. But film can be like that and should be. Film shouldn't just be all la-di-da and nice and everything. Film also should be provocative. And if it's well done, sometimes you can be provocative and be not, it's just been for the sake of it. But this is a very well shot film, and the acting, you can't argue with the acting. What that girl goes through, her acting is superb.
Kelly Riley's fantastic in it. Yeah. I mean, the cast's excellent, isn't it? You got Michael Fassbender.
Yes,
O'Connell's absolutely violent.
Yeah. It's just an amazing film. I don't think I can say any more about it, but I know a lot of people will probably say it's a one-time watch. I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, it does make you think at the end. Like, you are thinking about it for a long time after it. It's a very impactful film.
Yeah, it's not a happy ending, but you know, that's
what we got in the comments. I think you might enjoy Eve of Destruction, a RoboCop type of movie.
Oh, right.
I'll have to have a look at that. Oh, I love Salem's Lot. What a terrific movie.
Yeah.
Bonnie Bedelia, do good here. Toby Hooper was a really interesting filmmaker. This one and Life Force and Spontaneous Combustion are underrated.
Yeah, Life Force.
There is a love for Life Force, isn't there? You love Life Force, don't you?
I love it. It's one of my all-time favorite films. I love it. Yeah. But I don't find it as scary. I don't find it scary, but it's one of my favorites.
Charlie says, do you like the Salem's Lot remake? It felt a bit rushed. I love the original, so creepy. Is that the recent remake? Because
I've not seen it. One. Yeah. There is one fairly recently, isn't there, over the last few years, I think.
I don't think I've seen a remake.
No, I've not.
Wasn't there a TV show? I'm sure there was a TV show.
Oh, yes, they may have done that, but I've not seen it. I want it's one of those things. The original is so good. I kind of don't really want to see a remake, to be honest. You know,
the Rob Lowe one has some good parts. The last one from the 2020s.
No. Oh, right.
I've never had the heart to watch Eden Lake. Sigh.
Yeah. Take a deep breath.
You need to be in the mood to watch it. It's an unforgiving watch. Yeah. Tony Hawk, heard you describe Eden Lake, Ian. Maybe a review, I think. It's one I wouldn't want to sit through, to be honest.
Yeah, I can understand that, Tony. I totally understand. Yeah.
Tough watch.
Yeah.
Still not seen the one with Rob Lowe. I forgot about that one. That must be Salem's Lot. Is there a Rapunzel horror movie that is a scary idea? Rapunzel, let down your barbed hair. I remember there is a radish. I remember there is a radish garden beneath the room Rapunzel is held. Maybe the radishes can figure in somehow. Acres has gone off on a tangent here. Yes, Ian, a lot of straw dog type horror movies. Yeah.
Straw dogs.
Yeah, very
I love
similar
straw
to
dogs. I could talk about straw dogs, but I didn't.
Right, next up, let me find the image, is one of mine, and that is Ring, the Ring, or Ringu, however you want to call it. And this spawned a remake, a Hollywood remake, but this is far scarier than the Hollywood remake for me. I think the Hollywood remake was directed by the same director, Nick Carter.
Yeah.
But this is such an unsettling film. It's just full of dread and atmosphere. It's just the premise is scary. You watch this fear. Have you seen this, Ian?
No, I've heard of it. It's one that would be on my list eventually to see. Definitely.
I'll try not to spoil it too much for you.
Yeah, but no, it's all right. You can't. Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically the premise is there's the VHS tape that this reporter, this journalist finds this VHS tape. She puts it in a video recorder and watches it, and it's full of subliminal, sharp imagery and quite haunting imagery. And then, basically, after you've watched it, you're cursed, and you have 7 days before the woman from the videotape comes out of the TV screen and kills you.
Wow.
But her and I think it's a partner who the actors Sanada, Hiroyuki Sanada, who was in Sunshine and The Last Samurai. They try and solve the riddle, if you like, solve what's behind this curse. And there's definitely a well in there somewhere where they find a clue. But it's a bit like a sort of a murder mystery who done it, but lots of horror elements.
Yes,
They are sort of going back in time to find out why these certain girls have died and what have you, and they find out that it's this VHS tape. But it's so unsettling. The imagery is so unsettling. And the moment when the woman comes out of the TV screen, it's so shocking. It just sends shivers up your spine. It's a scary, scary film.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know if anyone in the comments has seen it, because I just think it's one of the best Japanese horror films of all time. Yeah, it's just fantastic. So, and you've not seen it?
No, I've heard about it, and everybody says what I've heard said you should watch the original.
Absolutely,
it's better than the
remake. There's a lot of love for the remake with Naomi Watts as well, but I just think this is it's just a grittier piece of filmmaking.
Yeah,
it really is. It's scary, so scary. It's not as polished as the Hollywood, because the Hollywood one, it just feels like a film, but this feels real because it's just so gritty and it feels like it's in reality, if you like.
Right, yeah.
Let's see. Akers says, I like this one and The Grudge a lot. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of The Grudge, yeah.
Is the sequel to the original Ringu any good? I've not seen the Hollywood remakes. The sequel's all right. It's not as good as this original. This original, it's just spine tingling. It's really scary. Charlie, it's been a long time since I have seen the original Ring. I will need to give it a rewatch. Yeah, you most definitely do. Those were exciting times in Japan filmmaking. No, the early 2000s, Japan and Korea were just knocking it out of the park every time. You've got like films like Dark Water and Pulse and The Eye, which I introduced you to.
The Eye, yeah.
The Eye, fantastic.
Yeah.
I know it's not Japanese, but it's a brilliant.
Is that Korean? Is it? Yeah.
I think it's Thai.
Is it Thai? Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Thai. Yeah. Yeah, I love that film. You gave me a clue on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, let's get the next image up. We're flying now, Ian. We're flying.
Yeah, yeah, good.
Next up is your choice, and it's
Oh yeah,
Wrong Turn, which I haven't seen. I've not seen
oh,
this.
The Wrong Turn is it's definitely they made a whole series of these films, and I must admit I do enjoy them, but nothing quite beats the first one, as is often the case. Let's face it, you build up a set of films, and the first one is the one that's always the best. The Wrong Turn is very gritty. It really is gritty, and you feel that you're in peril throughout the film. This character and a
What's the
friend,
synopsis? I
yeah,
don't know.
they
I don't know
break
anything
down
about
in the middle of nowhere in a sort
Yeah.
of this area, and this area, of course, has a history of people disappearing, and that then becomes the reasons of why. And the reasons is why you might, it's no secret really, is that there's these kind of people that live there who are sort of inbreds, and they're quite deformed, but they're also cannibals as well.
Right.
And they if anybody goes off the beaten track in the past, they manage to they deliberately make sure that these cars break down. They put like this sort of barbed wire in the road that's hidden them. By the time anybody's seen it, it's too late. They ran over it, so they have to stop, and that's how they get them.
Sounds a bit like Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, it's got that vibe. Yes, yeah. It's got that vibe to it, definitely. But wow, this first film, when the thing is, they have this truck, and they go in this truck, and when you hear that truck, you start worrying because you know they're getting near. So what happens is that eventually, through various sort of adventures and bits, they get to where they live. They actually live in this sort of place, and when they go in, it's disgusting. Oh my, there's limbs and bits of this and everything. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Everything that you can imagine is in there, and they basically end up being stuck in there. They come back. And they have to hide. They have to hide in there.
One's called the Severed Limbs.
Yeah, there's like bits her head on the floor, or there's blood and kicking, and they're like butchering. And could you imagine being absolutely? It's terrifying. You're watching them cutting things up, and you're watching it perspective of them, hiding, and wow. And there's some really gripping scenes. So basically, they're waiting for them to go to sleep, right? Then they'll creep out and manage to hopefully get out and then escape. And there we are. And the bit in that way is so tense. When you're waiting them for a good sleep, when they go to sleep, how are you going to get out without making any noise? That sums up the film. How you just get so involved and tense in it, and then you think they've escaped, and then as usual they'll come back, these people, and it leads to a really good climax. I think the climax of the film is excellent, and of course they made some more after this film because they carried on with the mythology about why people were like that, and the pollution and that in the water, and was creating these inbred people and that. But this first film, I just found it absolutely totally appealed to me, and the tension and that grittiness of it, it's really horrible, disgusting, but it keeps you on your toes watching that film. You're so tense. You want them to escape. When I first watched it, because I had no idea what was going to end. And it's once you think, oh, thank heavens, they've escaped at the end. You think, I don't think it's giving away too much, because you deserve some sort of payback. But even then, what they've had to go through and who survives, I won't say who survives, but yeah, there are some that get to the end.
Yeah, you need a final girl, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. And she's very good. I like Alicia Douchou. She came from Buffy. She was in the TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then she developed, I think, a film career. She may have had a bit of one before, and then she, went into a few films, and then probably disappeared into something else and never returned. But I think she's
I think reason why I've not seen this film is because there were such an influx of this type of horror film coming out at that time.
Yes,
like you've got Jeepers Creepers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah,
I sort of got a bit.
This is better than Jeepers Creepers by a mile. As good as Jeepers Creepers might have been the first one, anyhow.
Yeah.
This one is better. It's more frightening. There's more tension in this film. And as I say, the scene when they're trapped in that house with these inbreds. It is. It's because you don't want them to wake up, and when they're asleep, and they've got to creep out, and it's wonderful. That
I'll have to get that watched at some point if I can find a cheap.
I just love it.
Right, let's go back to the comments. Go through these quickly. Where were we? Seen some clips of Wrong Turn. Reminded me of Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Akers says, "Do you like Breakdown?" I absolutely love Breakdown. It's one of my favourite Kurt Russell films. It's brilliant.
I saw that a long time ago. It's one that needs to be watched again now. Yeah.
Have a remake of Breakdown with Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams, a Blue Valentine reteaming. Are they making a remake? I'm not interested in it if they are.
No,
because they can't beat the original, so there's no point watching it. Sai says there's a great kill involving an axe and a girl up a tree. Is that in Wrong Turn?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. There are some great kills.
Akers says Eliza Dushku does well in this, and True Lies.
Yeah, she's in True Lies. Yes.
Is she the girl in True Lies?
She's in it.
She Arnie's daughter.
Yes.
I think she is, isn't she?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. I spelled her name phonetically for you. Yeah. Yes, Sai, a lot like Hills Have Eyes.
It has the vibe, yeah.
Right. Next is Ju-on, The Grudge. The original, not the Sarah Michelle Gellar remake.
All right.
This is another atmospheric horror film full of tension and suspense, but also it just feels really grounded in reality because it's got quite a gritty. There's a touch of grittiness to the filmmaking in this, and it's all dingy and dark in this house, this haunted house. But the one point that scares the hell out of me in Ju-on is it's Takako Fuji who plays the vengeful ghost Kyoko. She comes down these stairs. She's blue with long black hair. And she comes down these stairs, crawls down with her elbows sticking out like this. And she makes this guttural sound like oh God, it sends shivers up my spine every time I see that scene. Sorry. It's terrifying. It's a stuff of nightmares. It's so creepy. Ju-on. It's not the best film ever made. It's not the best horror ever made, but there's certain scenes in that film that always send shivers up my spine. I bought the big box set and I've watched. I didn't realize I thought this was the first film, but I think it's about the third film because there was Ju-on the Curse, which was a TV movie. And then there were another film, and then there was this, which was released cinematically. So I didn't even realize until I bought the box set that there was a couple of films before this. But it's terrifying. It's the stuff of nightmares, especially the mother ghost crawling down them stairs. It's so scary. You need to try and find a DVD of that.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if anyone's got any comments. I've never seen it, but I watched the sequel yesterday at the all-nighter. Which scene? What is he on about? Hills of Eyes. I think he's on about Hills of Eyes there. I like the original and remake. Happy to have seen them. Tom Cruise's real-life cousin, William Maypother, does well in the Grudge remake. He and Clea Duvall and Grace Zabriskie do great in Grudge remake when they are at the house. Grudge 2. Hold on, man. Let's just go back. So he's never seen it, but he's seen the sequel.
Yeah, that would be a Grudge 2 story, yeah.
You need to watch this original.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think you really need to have seen the first film, because you have different characters getting captured and, you know, killed in the house. So I'm sure the sequel will be much of the same, but with just different characters. But it's one of the scariest characters in horror for me. It's the noise that she makes crawling down them stairs. It's just stuff of nightmares. Absolutely scares the hell out of me. I can see her now and sending shivers up the spine now. Right, next up is one of yours. And it's a folk horror in Midsummer.
Yes, what can I say about Midsummer? This is scary on so many levels. Now, I know this, to some people, was quite a controversial film. I don't think everybody, I think a lot of people thought it was overrated because it did get a lot of praise, but I think it deserves it. I love Midsummer, and it's creepy in so many ways. You get that sense that, well, I think if a cult is involved, then it's going to be creepy. And ultimately, this is what is. She arrives with her friends, and you straight away you think, there's a cult here. And once things really start to take off, it gets very unsettling. And she is just superb in it. Florence Pugh is absolutely great. She's like recovering. She's from grief because her parents died in a fire. She's really sad. Obviously, it's devastating, and she's sort of very fragile. She's very fragile, and she's been under psychiatric help and taking tablets, trying to be okay. And so friends have taken her. As you would do, why not? Let's go to a nice cult and that'll sort you out. Not, but
they're misled a bit, aren't they? They don't realize. But yeah.
But as it becomes more and more unsettling as odd things start to happen.
Like, it's the sacrifice. The sacrifice.
Right. Once that happens, you're going, huh? What's that?
And it's brutal as well, isn't it?
It is brutal. Wow. It's just I love it. I just think the fact is you can't help but be creeped out by it. For me, it's always creepy, right up to the end. Even I won't say what happens at the end, but it just everything about it, where you get to that point, the journey. You wouldn't have thought you would have ended up where you were with her as a character. Yeah, that's it. As a character, you don't expect the ending. That's what I think. You don't expect that she will end up in the position she is and becomes. Yeah. So I think that really adds to this film even more. I think it's not only that, but as a piece of cinema to look at, the choreography in it, the way it's the cinematography, the way it's been filmed is just, there's so many scenes in it, the way it's filmed. Like, you see these buildings and you see this like sort of, it's almost like a sort of chapel sort of area, and it's there in the distance. You see this shape where they're all heading towards, and there's something not quite right about that place. that people have been told they're not supposed to go into.
Did you ever pick up on the hallucinogenic sort of backgrounds? So like the trees.
Yes, there is. Yes,
like,
there is that sort of trippy, because
yeah.
you're never quite sure about that. Yeah, about well, they do take. There is a scene where they're openly taking some sort of hallucinogenic drugs, aren't they?
But it carries on. It carries on throughout the film, and
that's it, because
unless you're not looking for it, you won't notice it. I've seen Midsummer twice.
Yes,
and the first time I never noticed all the hallucinogenic imagery going on in the background. But yeah, I personally prefer Hereditary to this, but
Hereditary is up there. Yeah, Hereditary.
Hereditary. I mean, I could have easily put Hereditary.
Yeah, I understand totally. Yeah,
it's a very unsettling.
I think I'd just put this because I really enjoy her performance in it. Florence Pugh in this is just, it's just a great performance by her, and yeah, she obviously, was recognized and has done all sorts of great films. And quite obviously, this performance it really must have defined her career, I think, in some ways, to get her the roles that she was to get, to come, because it's just amazing. But the film, I love it. There's me going on about folk horror. This is one of the few folk horror films that I can stand up and say, yes, it's a folk horror film. And it fits in with Wicker Man quite nicely. But I wish there were more folk horror, good quality folk horror films.
And it's a clever film, Midsummer, because there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Like, when they're in their dorm room, there's all that suggestive imagery on the walls and things like that. And it's all like prophetic. It's telling you what's going to happen.
It's a story, yes.
Yeah. So it's a clever film.
A lot of these cultures and that were based on stories, and therefore the illustrations that you see in the stories match the culture beautifully, and the way storytelling was absolutely great.
So we'll go to the comments. Eka says, "What do you like better, Wicker Man or Midsummer?"
That's a cruel question. It's a cruel question.
I mean, both great, but I think Wicker Man has stood the test of time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Edward Woodward is just phenomenal.
I do agree on that, but I don't like to choose between them because I love them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sai says, "I prefer Hereditary to Midsummer."
Fair enough. I get it. Yeah.
I mean, I know you pick on Florence Pugh being fantastic in this, but I think Toni Collette in Hereditary. She puts in a phenomenal performance, especially near the end. Jesus.
Yeah.
Beautiful film visually, says Jack. Yes, it is. Eka says, "From her cocoon, she emerges a beautiful moth."
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah.
Tony says, "Never seen it." Another one he's never seen. Sounds romantically similar to Wicker Man, with the girls standing in for Edward Woodward. Yeah, pretty much.
There are other ideas. Yeah, there are ideas there, I think.
Just a Scandinavian version.
Yeah.
I have a relative who has all-night parties and plays this movie in his yurt for guests.
Oh.
I bet that's a bit unsettling. They should put some mannequins off a hill or something onto a rock. Right, next up, let's turn that comment off. Next up is my choice, and that is The Others. And again, similar to, I mean, I think this is only a 12 or a 15. It's not hugely scary, but the scariest thing, similar to The Haunting, is the sound design. The sound design, again, sends shivers up my spine every time, because if you've got surround sound and you're watching it, you hear things running past you from behind and over the top of your head. It's such brilliant sound design, and even when I know the ending, it still sends shivers up my spine. Every time there's a certain scene where they hear somebody running in the room above them, and they know there's no one else in the house, and it still sends shivers up my spine. It's so effective, is that sound design. Nicole Kidman's brilliant. The two kids are great. You've got the brilliant Eric Sykes in it. It's just a fantastic horror film, and it's such a great twist at the end. I still find it scary, even though I know the ending. It's just a brilliant film. Yeah. Have you seen it, Ian?
Yeah, I have. And even though you know the twist at the end, to me it's like The Sixth Sense. I know the twist at the end of that, but it doesn't spoil me from repeated viewings. Same with this film. I can watch this film over and over again. It's a great film. And I honestly think Nicole Kidman is a really good actress. I mean, she really is. She's up there as one of the best actresses around. She's good at a variety of roles. In this, she is fantastic again. And it's full of atmosphere. This is a film based on atmosphere. We talked about
the cinematography and the lighting, and it just builds and broods. And it's quite suspenseful at times as well. I mean, the scene where she goes to a daughter who's knelt in that room in the like white dress with the veil, and she turns round and it's an old woman there. And, oh God, it makes you jump. It's so good, is that? It's such an effective moment. It's brilliant.
Totally agree,
I mean, it's not even an 18, but it's still got its scary moments, which just that tells you everything about the others. It's just a brilliantly crafted film.
Totally agree. Yeah. Brilliant film. Absolutely.
Let's see if anyone has got any comments on the others. Only one comment. Sigh, a rare horror film with no deaths. Well, that's not strictly true, but you don't see any deaths, do you? But it's not strictly true, that, I don't think. That's all I'll say on that. I don't want to spoil
you don't want to give too much away.
Not seen it. Fantastic film. Right, next is Ian's choice, and it's X. Which I was quite surprised you chose this, because I don't particularly find it that scary.
I think this film, I have to say, for me, the trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies, and I know everybody's going to point out and say that Pearl is the real best film, but I think as a trilogy together they work well, because once you know the trilogy, you see all the references in X to the characters that are part of this trilogy, and I think it's a really good trilogy. I really enjoy it. And
I've not seen that.
Haven't you? You've not seen it? Wow. I think what's scary about this is once all the murders start and who's doing them. And of course, who's doing them is part of the important. Well, it's no secret to give it away. It's the scary old couple. The scary old couple who, and of course, the identities of the scary old couple,
especially the wife. The wife.
Yeah. Oh wow, that is creep factor, isn't it? Yeah. There's so many scenes in that, when they're creeping about and looking in at what they're up to. Basically, they're making a porn film and they're wandering around, and you've got all these various characters coming together, and it is, to me, it is scary. I mean, and the kills are pretty scary that happen in this film, pretty gory, and you discuss when I said about the trilogy, the more I watched this again, I was looking at all the signs of what is going to come, and Maxine as a character, her aspirations and what happens to her as a character, but then also learning about Pearl as well, which we do, which is another great film.
Is Maxine actually directly linked to any of these two films? Because obviously Pearl is, because that's the old woman, a young woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like, how's Maxine?
Yeah, Maxine isn't obviously in Pearl, the film Pearl, because the film Pearl is taken. Well, it's a look back, isn't it, at the early days?
It's the old
how
woman.
it's linked with Maxine is I was trying to think how it's linked with the Maxine, is that Maxine's aspirations to be a film star are obviously going to not work out quite. She goes into porn. Now, when you go into Pearl, Pearl goes to 1918 and she meets this projectionist. And guess what the projectionist is showing? He's showing porn films of that time in 2018. Which is interesting. It's something I started to notice and think, yeah, how does all this link up? And it's like linking, it's showing you the beginning of porn, as a secret, because he has these secret reels that he keeps. They're all silent films, but they're the early porn films, basically. They're graphic because they're very graphic in that time. They're obviously hidden away, and he shows her them. So, and she's absolutely fascinated, is Pearl, by them. She sees them and thinks, wow, the sexual stuff which is inside her, which we see, she's really very strong sexual drive, which she continues right up to as an old woman, but her husband isn't quite in the same.
He's not interested.
But she's still wanting that, and she's got this strong sexual drive. But Pearl, that's how I link Pearl with the Maxine, is that they both have that. Maxine wants to be famous, and she wants to be better than a porn star, but she has become quite famous as a porn star. She wants to go into straight acting, and it's horror films that it's seen that porn stars should go into. So there are links with the Pearl as the first film, even though her character is not in that. But Ty West, as a director, is aware of all this, and he is, looking at the early porn industry. This is what it is, it's.
So is that the aspect of these films that scared you?
Well, in a way, you could say it is. You could argue that it's interesting that the way that industry has kind of evolved, and it is scary what has happened. From the what it's like in the 70s to what it was in the 80s. There's a massive, and it shows this. There's the massive change in porn with the introduction of video rental shops. The videotape is the great sort of freedom for bringing porn to everybody out there who were more difficult to get hold of unless you were a cinema projectionist and could get in that way. Whereas the video rental market opened it up massively. It was a massive revolution. And so we've got all those links. The sort of social commentary going on behind of what's going, and they do have a link together. Definitely, there's a whole link, very much so. And I could go about them. I love them. I think they're a great trilogy.
I need to watch Maxine. Yeah. Where are we? There we are. Sai says, not this film, but Mia Goth should have been nominated.
And a lot of people believe that,
Yeah, she was.
I think Maxine is underrated. A lot of people don't rate Maxine as well, but I think Maxine's a great film. Yeah.
I mean, there's that speech that she does in Pearl, isn't there? It goes on for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that, you know what? The most unnerving thing about Pearl is when she's just she puts that smile on, and it just gradually gets worse and worse and scarier and scarier.
Yeah, that's a good.
You're watching it, and she's. I mean, obviously we're talking about X here, but we've gone off on a tangent. But I think that that scene where she's just staring
it's
at
scary,
the camera, and her
but
face
this,
is like crazy.
I kind of put X there because I think I mean, you don't get a kill in X for an hour. I was looking at the clock.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Isn't that good? I mean, the fact that it's building it up, it doesn't just get on straight into it. And exactly an hour, the first kill begins. And I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good to have that. Just shows you don't need to go straight in with that. The horror.
Yeah.
You was anticipating it.
Acre says, I love others. Yeah, so
Right.
do I. Fantastic film. Right, next up. See, I'm putting a lot of Japanese and Korean and Asian cinema in mine because they really know how to make films unnerving, and this is a really unnerving film with full of twists. And if you only watch this once, you'll never fully grasp what is going on. I think you need to watch this more than once because there's so much going on that's not obvious. You know, there's so many twists and turns and red herrings that it's impossible to pick it apart in one sitting. And when I first saw A Tale of Two Sisters, I was like, I was sat on the edge of my seat and I was like, what the hell have I just watched there? Wow. And I'm going, I need to watch it again to fully unravel the mystery behind the film. And it's so creepy. The house is a character in its own. It's like this really dark mahogany, timbered like furniture and timbered paneling, and it's all dark and dingy. And you've got these floral patterned wallpapers all throughout the house. And it's a character in its own right. It's so scary as the house. But as the film's progressing, unsettling and unnerving things start happening. And there's a certain scene. So I'm picking these films for the scare factor and what's scared.
Yes.
That's why I was quite surprised with X, but like this does scare me. It sends shivers again up my spine every time I watch it. There's a scene where one of the girls is in bed and this apparition, this figure appears at the bottom of their bed, and it's absolutely terrifying. I mean, I watched this again today just so it's fresh in my memory, but it's absolutely terrifying. It's sending shivers up my spine just thinking about it now, because this character, this figure, sort of elevates above the bed and then is just hovering above the girl, and it's just terrifying. But there's, again, sound design on this is fantastic. You hear things running around in the house, and if you've got surround sound, it just feels like they're running around you. It's so scary. It's a brilliant film, and the ending, what an ending! It's just, you have seen this, haven't you?
Yeah, I can. Not long ago, I knew you were going to watch it, so I watched it myself again.
Right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the mother is terrifying. The stepmom.
Oh yeah, the stepmom.
She's a horrible piece of work.
Yeah,
but she's not what she seems. It's like oh god, it's an amazing film. I think the storytelling in this is so cleverly done. It's just incredible. You've got to watch everything, every minute detail to fully understand what's going on. Because, like one of the characters' gaze is looking in one particular direction or at a particular figure, and maybe not looking at another figure for a certain reason. But like, it's scary. It's really well crafted. Yeah. It's an unnerving film.
It is very unnerving. I think that when you see it under the sink in the kitchen is particularly an extremely disturbing scene. I mean, looking at that poster, it kind of looks very disturbing. It looks like there's some sort of bloodbath going on.
Yeah,
On
there
that
isn't.
poster.
There isn't, though, is
Yeah,
there?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's again a great deception, and that I
Yeah.
like that, the fact that there's a deception in this film, but it is extremely scary, and it's. I think having a wicked stepmother is quite always a good thing in stories as well. I'll probably get shot
Yeah.
by anybody who's got a nice stepmother, but you can't beat a good wicked stepmother. It's been part of all fairy tales and stories for a long time, and this does it so well. In fact, the dad seems he's out of touch. He doesn't really
He
know
is.
what's going
Yeah.
on. He's just
Yeah.
totally oblivious to everything.
He is.
He's a bit of a not very lively kind of character, is it? You wonder what on earth she saw in him, you know.
If you think about his backstory, though, you can see why he's like that.
You can see why he's like that. I get that.
Mean, he's lost his wife, and
yeah,
well, if you've, I don't really want to spoil it too much.
No, I don't think you should. No.
I mean, there's a reason why he sleeps downstairs.
Yeah, we get up. Yeah, that's good.
And then that dinner party that leads to the under the kitchen sink.
Yes.
When you actually watch it for the second time, you realise something, and it's like you can tell that he's just at his wit's end. He's at the end of his tether with his daughter's, his daughter's mental instability. It's such a clever film.
Yeah, it is.
I'm always recommending this film to people.
Yeah, it is extremely scary. It is. I totally agree with you.
But it's not just scary; it's just so cleverly well done as well. I mean the storytelling is incredible.
You can talk about mental illness and all that kind of stuff that could come into it. I don't like to do that because everybody seems to do it with a lot of films. But that is there is a background there about mental illness.
But I'd say that's at the forefront of this film.
Yeah,
it's not trying to hide it, because right at the beginning, it starts off in the hospital with the daughter who's got mental issues.
That's right.
So, it's such a great film.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's have a look. Akers says the way the movies look like Pearl and X have great cinematography.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch this one. I saw when young, need to see again. So he's seen A Tale of Two Sisters when he was younger. You definitely need to watch it again. It's bloody fantastic. I've never seen it, but it's on Amazon, so I'll be watching it soon. Definitely, watch it. And you might have to watch it again because there's so much detail that you'll miss in the storytelling. Yeah, you'll probably want to watch it again, like I did. Akers says, a microscopic person that haunts and travels along Isle of Man coast and kills people. That would be a scary folklore horror. So excited to watch A Tale of Two Sisters again. Oh, yeah, get it watched. Yeah. It's fantastic. Thanks from Stacey. Who's Stacey? Is that your partner? Are you watching it with your partner? Are you watching this live stream with your partner? Yeah.
I don't know.
So. Let us know in the comments. Right, next up is your choice, and that is Saw.
Saw. I think this is a bit sort of maybe controversial to some people who have immediately just seen it as a film that fits into torture porn. That very term, torture porn. It was a film that I think got people thinking about it because it is an extreme film, and it's directed by James Wan, and this was his very first film. He was only very young when he directed this. He's very young, and he was lucky. He got the confidence, and the people around him who believed in him. that he would be able to direct this once they'd got the script and the script was put in. And if you go on, James Wan directed things like Insidious, The Conjuring, all these sort of films. So he's gone on to do a lot of great films from this. This film is scary because you don't know what is going on. You really don't. You're never quite certain why. The film starts. They're in like this disused kind of horrible toilet. I think that's it, a public sort of washroom toilet area. And they're both chained up. And there's a body on the floor and blood around the body. And there's a gun there. And how are they going to get out? How are they going to get out of the situation? How did they get into the situation? Why are they there? Why were they chosen, those two people? And that is how it all begins. This is a great series of films. It did perhaps go off, but then got back. The very last film they did, actually, I thought was really good because it put everything into perspective. And it does wander off too many. But this first film is shocking when you first see it because you wonder what the hell is going on. What is going on? How are they going to get out? How are they going to get out? What is, the time? The thing is, there's a time factor on it. They know they've only got so long in there, and that'll be it then. There's no way it's all over. So imagine as that gets nearer and nearer. And the idea of the saw is the axe saw of cutting off a limb. So
and it's blunt.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying not to overplay it too much. It's a film that you just got to watch. You really have. I don't want to give anything away because not everything is what it seems, but it is a great film. It got me straight away when I watched it. I thought, wow, a film where you're wondering, where is this going? What's happening?
It's a suspenseful film, definitely. You're left on tenterhooks, and you know. I mean, the ending's just brilliant. It's one of the best endings ever, isn't it? But like, I wouldn't call this majorly scary, but it is a great horror film. It's definitely the best in the series. They gradually get worse and worse, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the last few were terrible. I watched them all in one October. I watched them all. Well, I'd had enough by maybe fourth one.
Well, I think by about then you do, because it goes into a detective and other things. Though I know you don't agree, but I think the last one they did, they won't do anymore now, was okay.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen the last one.
Because it takes it back to find out why all this began. Why did all this begin? And you get that in that last one. But they aren't going to make any more now. I don't think.
The sequels were just out for They were getting made for just reaction purposes. They're like, oh, let's see how brutal and gory we can go and get the reaction out of the audience. So like,
it
was to the detriment to the storytelling.
Yes. I find it a bit boring.
The first film's brilliant, but like,
oh, it is. It's an outstanding piece for me. I just totally gripped in it. What else can I say about it? But
I mean, the ending, and obviously it is horrifying that the only way you can escape is to
it's scary to me.
Leg or your arm off with a blunt hacksaw.
I mean, if you was in that position, I mean, how scary is that?
Yeah,
if you was in that position, but there is logic behind it all.
Akers, Stacey is Akers, right?
Yeah.
Said thanks from Stacey. No, that's me. Yeah. Sai says a bit like Fight Club. It changes every time you watch it. I think it's on about A Tale of Two Sisters. There. Tobin Bell is an extra in The Verdict. What, with the Paul Newman one? Right. Cool. Sai says the end of Saw is mind-blowing. It certainly is. Tony says, bit graphic for me, seen clips of Saw.
Yeah.
Well, you've not seen, my God, you've not seen many of these horror films, have you? I'm quite surprised. I'd recommend this one, Tony. It's not as graphic as the sequels. The sequels are very graphic. This isn't half as graphic as the sequels. There's a lot more storytelling in this one. Do you want a remake of De Palma's Sisters or A Tale of Two Sisters more if had to choose? Well, I don't want a remake of A Tale of Two Sisters because this is perfect as it is. So even if they made it a remake, I wouldn't watch it. Sisters, never seen it. Have you seen Sisters?
No. So I can't say on that. No.
Strange that I'm sure I saw Sisters on something this week. De Palma's Sisters, but just a snippet of it. But I've not seen it. No,
I agree with you. Please don't remake that.
No,
please don't. Leave it alone.
Because you're not making it any better. Because it's reason why you're remaking the film is because it's a brilliant film. So if you're remaking it, it's not gonna be any better than the original, is it?
No.
I mean, I do understand why they remake foreign films because a lot of people don't read subtitles. But
yeah,
if they don't want to read subtitles, tough. They're missing out.
They're massively missing out.
Just learn how to read subtitles.
Yeah, you don't notice them. I never notice them once you get into a film.
Yeah.
You don't notice the subtitles.
Akers says, I love Shawnee Smith. Yeah, she's great. She's great in The Blob. I love The Blob remake. I mean, the Blob remake's a good remake, to be fair. better than the original. Akers says, best during a key part where Paul Newman is talking Tobin Bell and Bruce Willis are sitting there as extras.
Yeah. Wow.
Bruce Willis?
Wow. Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Right, next up, right, this is one of the most terrifying horrors I've ever seen. And it's a British one. And it is The Descent.
Yeah.
The Descent by Neil Marshall. It's his masterpiece. He's not made a better film since, in my opinion. I mean, Dog Soldiers is great, but The Descent is just it's so fantastic. It's claustrophobic. I'm not good with small spaces. So this is why it scares the hell out of me quite a lot, does The Descent. And the scariest moment in the film is probably not even involving the creatures, like the cave-dwelling creatures. It's the bit where they're crawling through that tight space, and then there's a bit of an earthquake, and the rocks start moving and dropping. That for me is the scariest moment in the film. But yeah, it's claustrophobic. It's dark and dingy, atmospheric. So scary, and these golem-like creatures that are just out for blood. It's a brilliant film, and one of the other scary things is you can't really trust your friends either. So there's a moment in it where, if everyone's seen The Descent, surely. There's a moment where what's she called? Natalie Mendoza's character turns round with the pickaxe, and kills her friend and leaves her. She doesn't kill her, does she?
No.
She leaves her for dead. But I mean, that's a scary moment as well. But the cave dwelling things are disgusting, and slobbering drool all over the girls in the cave who are trying to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's such a great film, and it's brutal. It's brutal, bloody. I mean, you were talking about that room in Wrong Turn with all the limbs and what have you.
Yeah.
There's a similar moment like that in The Descent where
they're
in this pool full of dead animals and carcasses, and it's just full of blood. And she re-emerges covered in blood. Oh God, such a great film. And the British cut of this film is more disturbing than the American cut. The American cut went for a happy ending, whereas the British cut, you think they've got out and then you're just transported back into the cave, and she's just looking at an apparition of her daughter. Such a great film.
There isn't a lot I can add to. You've done it well. I'll tell you something. I'm not very good with heights, and when they're going up, the more they go up there, and it just totally grips me. And I'm thinking, I don't want to go. I don't want to fall. I know.
It's that bit where they're hooking onto the ceiling of the cave system. There's a big gorge that's they've got to traverse over. That is so scary, especially when one of the creatures comes back at them.
Yeah. I think the creatures are good. Actually, what they've
done.
They're really good. I like the creatures.
I mean, Neil Marshall is a genius in this film, because all this film is filmed on a sound stage.
Yes,
and it looks so believable.
Yeah,
that it's a cave system, and it isn't at all. It's the sound stage, and they've made all these rocks and what have you. And it looks real, doesn't it? When you're watching it, it's an amazing film.
And the cast, you can't argue that the cast is great. They're absolutely great. I love the cast. They do a great job. Believable. It's totally believable.
It's got one of the best jump scares as well in horror.
Yeah,
right at the beginning with the is it a scaffolding pole or something that goes through the windscreen?
Oh, yes,
something like that. It's some sort of pole goes through the windscreen and kills the woman's father and husband and daughter.
Yeah.
Shauna McDonald's husband and daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good choice. That is a really good choice. It makes me want to watch it again.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
I've got the steelbook of that image there.
Yeah.
It's a great steelbook. Yeah, but we won't go on to steelbooks.
No, don't talk about steelbooks.
No, boy's not here anyway.
He's not here.
Where are we? Si says, I'm not a fan of The Descent. You're from that neck of woods. You should be supporting Neil Marshall. I love The Descent. It's one of my favourite horrors of all time. And one of the scariest.
Yeah.
Have you been in any caves or spelunking? I've been in some pretty big cave systems, nothing that you've got to squeeze through. There's no chance you'd get me squeezing through a tight space. I'd start panicking. I'm a bit claustrophobic.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Have you been caving? No,
not a chance. I'm going in. Keep well away from them and get stuck in them, and that'll be it. The end.
Tony prefers.
Yeah, I like dog soldiers a lot. I don't know which I prefer. I don't think I like them both.
Whoa.
Yeah,
there's a lot of love for dog soldiers here.
It is. It's good. It's dog soldiers.
It is good.
I think it's because there isn't that many werewolf films that are really good, is there? There's much less. People don't do werewolf films as much, so to get that is good.
Right. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 films to go through. Are you happy to carry on, Ian?
Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
There's only 4 left, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Next is your choice, and I could have easily put this on here as well. Is Martyrs.
Oh, wow, Martyrs. Where do you start with Martyrs? It's. I think it's. I know. I used to think that. I mean, when I first saw it, I was so shocked by it. It's got a shock value and depressing. It's depressing. Okay, let's be honest. It's depressing. But I don't know. It's something I thought, I can't really rewatch again. And it's a one-time watch. But then I became curious, and I did watch it again. And then you've come this, with this list of ideas of films to watch. I thought, well, Martyrs, I should watch it again. So I've watched it again.
I think you do need to watch this again, though, because I think you can miss things in this from the first viewing.
Yeah, there was always, I wondered the reason why she was going around her house with a shotgun shooting all these people. Why was she doing that?
Yeah.
And you need to know reasons behind that and who they are. Who are those people that she's shooting? Kids as well. Everybody. Nobody's spared at all. Everybody. And then when you get into the film, you can understand why. You can understand exactly why. What she goes through, hell. Absolute hell. And it's all based on a religious idea called transfiguration. Transfiguration is basically that the human descends, gets to such a state of what they call sort of, I don't know how to say, of consciousness, that they will then descend into heaven and can see everything or what's on the other side. And this woman that's behind, that's financing it all, I don't think it's a real giveaway, wants to do that. She wants to know if there's an afterlife. And they do this through these two by basically torturing and beating them to hell. And that's what I mean. It's not a very nice thing, but that's the idea behind it. It's all to do with transfiguration.
Yeah.
And
transcending to the other side.
And it's a Catholic thing. Catholic Church, this is all of it. People, you get nuns with whips and whipping themselves. There's always this feeling of the suffering of Christ on the cross. They wanted to sort of redo that. They wanted to feel what he did on the cross. That's the idea behind it. And then they would descend up into heaven. And that's a very Catholic thing that they were into, particularly the nuns. And we get that here in this film. So
I mean, you could compare this to Midsommar, because they're both cults, aren't they? Really?
Yes.
If you think about it, there's a cult involved here who want to find out if there's an afterlife, and they're torturing these girls. Just they come across a girl who's really being tortured. You remember, with the metal plate and I mean, that is horrific, isn't it? It's a horrific scene of torture. I mean, this wouldn't be a good film for Tony to watch. This is very graphic. It's a very graphic film of brutal torture and suffering. But like, it's an intelligent film. It's an intelligent film.
It is.
It's got a very good story behind it, as opposed to a lot of these gore films. It's a really interesting film. I mean, when I first watched it, I thought I'd never watch it again, but I've watched it twice now, and I can see myself going back to it again. But it won't be every year or every month.
No.
Say every 5 years, I might want to go back and watch it. It's an incredible film. I mean, there were a lot of body horror sort of torture films coming out of France at the time. You got Switchblade Romance that came out, and I think there's a film called Inside as well, which is, but I've not seen that one. That's quite graphic, and this one's graphic. The French certainly know how to make a graphic and brutal. It's very unsettling.
It is.
The scene where that bloke is literally beating the shit out of Anna. It's horrendous.
It is.
Like, it's so brutal.
Yeah,
she can't do anything. She's handcuffed to the chair. And it's
kind of, so when you know the ending and what their conclusions are, all these rich people have financed all this so that this could be done, so that they can ask and find that question out: is there life after death? And
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go on.
How do you interpret the end? I mean, we are going into spoiler territory again here, so you can mute us for a minute or so if you haven't seen this film. But how do you interpret the end? Because the woman who finances it, she shoots herself.
Yeah.
So, but this is after Anna has whispered into her ear.
But
so, what has she told her? Has she told her there is? As she said, there is an afterlife, and she wants to get there straight away, or as she said, there's no afterlife.
Yeah.
And she's got nothing to live. She's got nothing to live for, so she kills herself anyway. You can interpret it.
Yes.
Oh, it's an amazing ending.
Yeah. Fantastic. I totally agree with you. It's a great ending. It's a film that you can think about such a lot.
Yeah.
I think, as I say, I think what people are put off by this film and why people draw away with it because of the nature of the violence and how could anybody do this to these girls? How could they do that? You know, no matter how rich, haven't they got some sort of conscience? Haven't they got any feelings, you know, of putting themselves in their place? But they haven't, because they're driven by this. Yeah, and the rich people, you know.
Right. I'll go into the comments. I think we've spoken enough about that. I'm just trying to speed it up a bit. I know time's getting on now. Eka says The Hand That Rocks, the Cradle remake just premiered. Some interesting aspects. They have the mother way, more Karen and paranoid. I've heard it's not very good. Yeah, I've heard it's not.
The original's great. Yeah, the original's great. Yeah.
What do you think she saw at the end of Martyrs? Well, we've just discussed that. We don't know, do we?
No.
At the end of the day, we don't know what she told the woman.
No.
So,
yeah.
Hellboy's back. Sorry, I could not be here in person, but I kept myself in the stream to show the numbers. Oh, cheers.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. We'll watch. Hope I promote you enough.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi to Cy, Tony, and all. You're all great friends to us all. Hi, Del Boy. And obviously, hello to Mrs. Del.
Mrs. Del.
Hi, Del. I'll move Martyrs up the watch list. Just, it is brutal.
Yeah, I don't know whether you'll like it, Tony. I don't know.
I mean, if you don't want to watch Saw, it's a step up from Saw, I think.
Yeah.
Saw's a bit preposterous, really, isn't it? In terms of the kills and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a bit more.
It's a deeper film, and it's got about religion and life, and there's a lot. It's a French film, and I think the French are good at doing this. They seem to be. They're really good.
Right. I'm going to do two films in one here.
Okay.
So next up is Wreck.
Yeah.
And this is a terrifying film. It's just, again, this is another claustrophobic film. You're in this apartment block, and there's hardly any power to the apartment block. People are in quarantine because they think there's a dangerous virus that's in the apartment block. And you're following this news crew who are following some firefighters, and I think there's a policeman there as well. So they're sort of doing a documentary on these firefighters, an evening with the firefighters, and they end up in this apartment block. And when it kicks off, it's just relentless. It's absolutely terrifying. It's one of the most terrifying. I'm not a big fan of found footage films, but this, for me, is the best found footage film. It's so scary. I mean, you've got all these long, dark corridors, and then you'll see a shadowy figure at the end that starts running towards you, and you feel like you're part of the action because of the found footage element, and it's so scary. The amount of shivers it sends up my spine is unbelievable. The fat old woman near the beginning, when they first discover an infected, because as well, you're sort of led to believe, this is how clever the filmmakers are as well. You're led to believe that this is a zombie film, and it isn't. It's not a zombie film. There's something more supernatural that's involved. It's just a genius film. So, I mean, Wreck, and I'll share Wreck 2. Wreck and Wreck 2, they're both brilliant, and they just play it as one film, because Wreck 2 starts exactly where Wreck 1 finishes, in that pitch black room with night vision and the stuff of nightmares, this lanky, naked demonic woman creeping around the room looking for the people who are filming her. Oh my God, it's so scary, man. I love Wreck and Wreck 2. They're just so effective. The filmmakers are genius. And then the Wreck 2 turns the zombie element on its head, and it's not a zombie virus. It's something else. And I like Wreck 2 as much as Wreck 1. I think they're both brilliant, genius pieces of filmmaking. I've not seen the third one, and I think, is there a third and a fourth one? I've not seen the third one anyway, or the fourth.
No, I've not seen the third one, no.
But yeah, absolutely brilliant films. Yeah. But you've seen them both?
Yeah, I've seen both, 1 and 2. I can't argue with anything you said. I agree with you. You said it. Yeah. I think you said it all.
I mean, if you watch these films in the dark,
yeah,
if you watch these films in the dark and you're not scared by them,
yeah, they are scary. Definitely very scary, because if you look at a lot of these found footage films, like dare I say it, Blair Witch Project out there, there's nothing. They're not very good. But this one is how to make a good found footage film. This is the bar that you set yourself up for if you're going to do a good found footage horror film. These work so well. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. We are speeding it up because it's now 9:30. I did say we'd only do 2 hours. Trouble is, we did spend 20 minutes talking about you at the beginning.
I know, a mistake there.
Jack says, I think he's talking about Martyrs here. Needs a rewatch for me.
Yeah.
Cy Robson, Saw is the softcore of torture porn, while Martyrs is a full-on hardcore torture porn.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it for you, Tony.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Yeah.
Wreck is so good, very scary, especially the old neighbor in the dark. Yeah. Tony says, "Oh, Martyrs has slipped down his watch list now." Delboy says, "This may have been answered, but I am interested to know what's the #1 jump scare in any horror film from any decade. Thanks, guys. Sorry if this was in your main broadcast." I mean, I have discussed the jump scare at the beginning of The Descent. That's a great jump scare. I mean, there's loads of jump scares. It's hard to pick one out, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Jump scares. I'm sorry, I don't think I'd like to.
It's hard to think of them when you put on the spot.
Yeah.
Maybe Tony or Cy could give us a jump scare.
Yeah. I'm aware of.
I want to speed up.
That's why I'm aware of that. So yeah. Sorry about that, Del Boy.
Sorry, Del Boy. Del Boy. Best jump scene for me is the head popping out of the. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that is
the best one.
Yeah.
Because it still makes you jump now, and you know what's coming.
Totally agree with that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Del Boy says, "Good answer, Si." That made me jump for sure. Still makes me jump. Nazi pigs in. Yeah. Right. Next is probably one of yours, I should imagine.
Is it? Oh, I don't know where we are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. God, Hostel.
See, I've not seen Hostel because I'm not a big Eli Roth fan.
Yeah.
I hated Cabin Fever. So, and I know this is very gory and.
Yeah, it is very gory. It's very unsettling. There's a trilogy of them, and this is the best one. The second one kind of repeats this, but uses more female characters. And the third one is set in LA. It's totally missing the point. Why on earth did they make the third one? The reason why this is scary, because you set out, you're in Eastern European country. These are strangers, people there. They're and what they come across in the situation they land themselves in is just unbelievable. Everything's going on nice, having a nice holiday, but the locals look a bit suspicious on them, and they meet these girls, and these girls, well, what are they planning for them? Well, they end up waking up in cells. and that's where it all begins.
Why have they been drugged? Have they been drugged in a bar?
They've been drugged. Yeah, they've been drugged. These girls are all, they're involved. Basically, they're used by these people but these girls get people, send them there, and you've got the people who are looking at the passports and seeing who they are. And as the film develops, we realise that they've been rich people. I think we might as well get it down to it as quick as possible. Rich people want to get a big thrill by torturing other people and doing away with them in how they want to do. And these provide the place, the means that they can do that. They can torture them however they want, and they pay a lot of money. And we learn that there's a big network of them, and they have this tattoo on it. They're part of a tattoo as a group that have joined together, and they can be all worldwide. So you get American people coming out. You get them from Japan. You could get them from anywhere coming in, doing what they do. They pay a lot of money. This is their business, and then off they go, and that's it. It's very frightening and sinister, especially if you've been, unfortunately, unknowingly, they don't know that this is going to happen to them. It makes you think, I'm not going to Eastern Europe on my holidays. I don't think I would actually be a stranger in some of these places. Imagine you might.
You know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like a gory horror version of Jean-Claude Van Damme's Hard Target. Where you got rich people chasing homeless people and killing them.
I've not seen that.
It's a bit like that, yeah.
Well, it's basically rich people who've got lots of money want a thrill, and thrill is through torturing people, and women. Don't forget, women can do it as well. If rich women also can choose to do what they want to do, that's what they do. That's the basic story, but it is frightening because you could imagine that these people, going on their holiday, why they'd want to go there, I don't know. But there is a fascination, I think, with Eastern European because of communist, fallout.
Which country is it set in? Is it like Romania or somewhere like that?
I think it probably is. I don't know if they specifically give a country. I think it is about sort of Romania, that kind of area. And the film is great because, again, it's another of those that you're asking, will any of these survive? And if they do survive, how are they going to get out? How are they going to escape? And that is with you in your mind all the time. Is it going to be a bleak ending?
Sounds like it's anxiety.
But I'm not going to say it is a bleak ending.
Sounds like it's so anxiety.
It's full of anxiety.
Yeah.
Because you can almost, I hate to say it again with some of these things, in a small community, you could actually believe this kind of thing going on. It has that almost credibility about it, things that are just not reported that could go on. People going missing. There's loads of people go missing in the world. Where do they all go? So it has some sort of credibility to it, and that makes it frightening. I think it's very scary.
It sounds definitely sort of more of a grounded in reality sort of horror.
And it also is the best. It's the best of the trilogy. I don't think, as I say, what is the point? In LA, it's not scary, is it? It's not in the middle of Europe. And that's what happens in LA. They reverse it and do it in that way in America, with rich people again choosing. But it doesn't. It loses the point. The point here is that it's way out there. Who's going to really bother about these people? Apart from the families, they'll just say, "Oh, they've gone missing," and that's it.
I suppose you lose, if it's in LA, you lose the grittiness and
that's right. There's all that.
Lose the isolation, don't you?
Yes, exactly. That's what it's about. That's the scariness. Definitely. I find it it is a scary film. I think there's no doubt about it. Extremely scary. But I don't think they could sustain it in the other two films in the same way. The second one is scary. It's repeating. It's just using women more in that
formula.
It just, But this one is good film.
Did Eli Roth direct all three? Do you know?
I think he probably did. I'm sure he did. Yeah, it's his project. I think he did. Yeah, yeah.
Tony says, "Isn't Catherine Deneuve in one of the Hostel films?"
As far as I know, I don't think she is. I didn't come across her. No,
Right.
no.
You bloody hope not.
No. Oh, she's a beautiful woman, isn't she, Catherine Deneuve?
That were a double entendre there.
It's not a kind of film I would have expected her to be in, to be honest. I would be shocked if she was in that.
You didn't get the double entendre that you just made there, did you?
Oh,
I didn't come across her.
oh no! Oh yeah, I've just clicked. Yeah, a bit slow there.
Right, that was the only comment. Still, obviously, not that popular of a film.
No.
So next up is mine. Well, the last two are mine. But I'm sure you've got some input on this one anyway.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
And that is The Conjuring, which is another James Wan film.
Yeah.
And I find this, because it's a supernatural film, which supernatural's my favourite genre for scaring me.
Yes.
It's a terrifying film. It's another, you're set in a spooky, dark house and just supernatural shit is going on. The imagery is just fantastic. I mean, look at that poster. That tells you everything.
Yeah.
It's like a noose on a tree with a shadow of a
fantastic poster.
Woman. It's scary. I think this could be probably the second scariest supernatural film after The Exorcist. You know, like the demonic, poltergeisty possession film. I find this scary every time I watch it. There's the scene in the bedroom with the girls and like the figure near the wardrobe, and oh god, it just sends shivers up my spine every time. I mean, the scene when the mother's become possessed and they've got her in the cellar, it's so unsettling and it creeps me out. Yeah, I love The Conjuring. I mean, the sequels are nowhere near as good. I mean, they're still pretty solid.
I think they're all right. The sequels,
they're pretty solid, but it's not a patch on this.
It is supposedly based on a true story as well, which is interesting.
Apparently,
that interesting. Yeah,
it's by the two characters are the same characters linked to the Amityville horror, aren't they? I think.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I've forgotten the name. Oh, what's his name? I don't know. I've forgotten his name. But yeah, the family that carried on doing it. But of course, this is conjured. I nearly died. It's spawned a lot more spin-off films, like we get the Annabelle films and that, which I quite like. Annabelle films are quite creepy dolls and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
this is the best by far. Oh, it's scary for most of the running time. I think it's just well executed. It's a brilliant, scary horror film.
Yeah.
What people got here? So it says supernatural horror is my kryptonite. Scares the hell out of me. Scares the hell out of me too.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, gory films, they're not pleasant to watch, but they don't scare me really. They're just this sort of stuff. If it's well executed, it's scary as hell. Stephen, hello. Good evening, everyone. Some great choices. There's a few I've never watched. I'll be sure to watch them soon. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I says they also linked to The Haunting in
Enfield. That's right.
The Conjuring 2,
Yeah.
I found that a bit implausible, the sequel, because they had a semi-detached house, and that style of semi-detached house doesn't have a basement. They don't have basements. And they had this flooded basement and then an house. Yeah. It just, for me, it were a bit implausible how they did it. And the Timothy Spall TV show, the miniseries, was a better haunting of Enfield. You know, the Enfield haunting.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't know into detail about it.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. The Timothy Spall miniseries is fantastic. Charlie says The Conjuring is really good. Classic ghost movie that's a bit similar to The Changeling. Yeah, The Changeling's good. The Changelings. Who's in The Changeling now?
Oh, I've not seen it for years. That one.
The guy. Oh, George C. Scott. Yeah.
Oh,
George,
yeah.
George C. Scott, isn't it?
Yeah.
Changeling. Yeah, that's a good film. I have got that.
Yeah.
Right, the last film, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed talking about this.
Yeah, I love films anyhow. Don't mind, you can talk about any films. I mean,
so it'll be interesting to see if you've seen this film, because this is the most recent film from 2020, and it's by Rob Savage, and it's Host.
Oh,
have you seen it?
No, I've not seen that. No.
So this was made during COVID.
Oh, right.
So the premise is you've got five friends. I think you've got 4 girls and a male guy. They're all meeting up on a Zoom meeting, sort of a Zoom.
Yeah.
And they decide to hold a seance with a sort of a clairvoyant woman over Zoom. But one of the girls decides to pull a practical joke, and things just go terribly wrong after she pulls this practical joke, because the woman who's holding the seance, when she finds out that she was lying, that she had basically, she goes, oh, she feels like something's touched her, and she thinks it's this bloke that she knew who's dead, but she's lying basically. But the clairvoyant, she finds out, and she says, well, you shouldn't have done that, because she'll pull something evil through that's pretending to be this person, and that's what they've done. And then the seance, the woman who's holding the seance, she gets disconnected, and she ends up the girls and the bloke end up having to deal with this demonic entity. And it's so scary, because it's almost like a found footage film again, but it's done through like a Zoom meeting, like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So you're seeing things happening from different people's living rooms or wherever wherever they've got the laptop, and it's so creepy and scary.
Wow. Yeah.
It is really well done.
Yeah.
And they filmed it during COVID. So
excellent. Yeah.
They weren't in the same rooms filming.
Yeah.
It was so well crafted and well done. It's unbelievable how they did it. But yeah, they're touching on it. I don't know if you remember what it was like in COVID. You felt isolated. And
yeah, I remember it well. Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel that isolation in the film as well, because the friends are seeing what's happening to one of the other people in the meeting. They're seeing it, but they can't help her. They can't help them.
No, exactly.
And this demonic spirit is almost like he's going through the Ethernet cable to all these people that are in the meeting, and it's
very good idea.
It's less than an hour long, so it never overstays its welcome.
No,
it sets it up brilliantly within the first 15 minutes. It sort of introduces all the characters. You can tell who's the mischievous one. You can tell who's the serious one. You can tell who's the one who's scared the most doing a seance. And, it builds the characters up really quickly, but really well done as well. You really do get to know the people within 15 minutes. But because it's only an hour long, it's got to work quickly to get to the good stuff. And there's a scene in it, and I watched it again yesterday.
Yeah,
it were only an hour. I thought, you know what, I'll watch it in preparation for this.
Yeah,
and it still sent shivers from my toes up to my neck. And it's following one of these girls. She goes into the living room, and she'd been throughout the start of the film. She's been messing around with these face filters.
Yeah,
you can put filters on your face. woman.
Yeah, yeah.
She's been messing around with them. And she walks into this room, and there's one of the face filters just hovering in the room.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm getting shivers up my thighs
Very
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she walks towards it, and its head turns very quickly to face her. And it's so scary. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant film.
Yeah.
I think it's on streaming. I think it's on might be on Shudder or something.
Yeah.
You can buy it.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant, scary film. I'd recommend you try and find a copy of it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Got 4 comments.
All right.
Oh no, I've got more than that, I think. Oh, I've got a lot more. Hold on.
Oh, that's good.
The Conjuring is really good. Oh no, we've seen that one. It's this one. The Conjuring and the sequel was based on a true story.
That's right, yeah.
So I says, no John Carpenter or Wes Craven. What the fuck? Come on, guys. Well, this isn't a list of our favourite horrors. It's more a list of horror films that scared us. So I wanted to go on a different tangent on this one. I have done a top 25 of my favourite horror films. I did that 2 years ago, so you might not have seen that, Si. So if you want to see what my top 25 is, go back through my back catalogue and you'll find out.
I'm sure there's some John Carpenter, Wes Craven.
There's absolutely some John Carpenter.
Actually, it's made me think I could have picked Wes Craven's first film. The Last House on the Left, because that is pretty scary. Yeah. The original one, the original gritty 70s.
Disturbing.
Anyway, I've forgotten about that.
A lot of modern horror films have copied the style of Host, mainly for the worst. Well, Host came out only 5 years ago. So, for example, the new horror film.
Not talk about that. No, thank you.
I've not seen it. I won't watch
it. You don't need to see it. It's awful. It's probably the worst film I think I've ever seen. I could only manage a few minutes of it, and that told me everything I needed to know.
Stephen Taylor, I would have Psycho, Rosemary's Baby, and The Shining in my list. Interesting. What are the aspects of those 3 films that scared you though? I mean, they're all fantastic films.
Yeah, we'd all include those films. Yeah.
I mean, in Rosemary's Baby, the rape scene's pretty scary, isn't it? By Beelzebub.
There's a lot. It's a very good film, is Rosemary's Baby. Excellent film. Yeah. I did mention it in talking about lead up to The Exorcist, why The Exorcist comes from the Rosemary's Baby, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Charlie says, I need to check out Host. Sounds interesting. Yeah. I will put it on my watch list. Yeah, you definitely do. It's only an hour long as well, so, it's not too long. You can easily watch that in an evening. And Jack says it's on Tubi.
Oh.
That's a free streaming service, isn't it, Tubi, I think?
I think it is, yeah. It's one of them free ones, yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of the comments. That's the end of our films that scared us. Thank you to everyone who's joined in. We've got about 7 viewers, I think. So thank you for taking part in the comments. Thanks again, Ian.
Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it.
You've been a good companion on this journey of scary movies.
Very good, yeah.
Do you want to tell our viewers what you've got coming up on your channel?
Oh, I've just got my usual sort of things. I've got another live with Del Boy on Wednesday. I always have the Wednesday live. And then I've got my usual things on my channel, which I'm a big Doctor Who fan. There'll be more Doctor Who reviews. And the X-Files. I'm going through all about the X-Files. It's big projects of mine, and I'm getting there. I'm loving the X-Files. And other things that come up. Sometimes I don't know what's going to come up, and I'll just do something, That's it. Really.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I've not got anything planned at the moment, but I enjoyed this, so I might do another live stream with somebody else.
I'm sure there is loads of people would enjoy doing it with you. Yeah.
Yeah. I beg
Pick
your
another
pardon.
subject. Yeah.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, heck.
Yeah.
This is
You're
yeah.
full of double entendres
Yeah,
tonight.
you are. Yeah. You
Yeah.
ought to do a carry on one.
Oh,
Carry
bloody
on.
hell, you know
stream.
what? I've not seen the Carry On films for a long time, so
Oh.
I've been no good at that.
Get that box set of Carry On films, which is very cheap on DVD.
Yeah.
Well worth watching. You get to see the good and the bad and the brilliant.
I might do a favorite sci-fi films or something like that with someone. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everyone. Good night, Jack. Good night, Si. Good night, Tony. Cheers, Charlie.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah.
Stacey, I think it was. Yeah.
And Si, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks again. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more in the future. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. I'll see the